Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the live show. It is Wednesday, October 1st, first night of October here. How is everybody doing? Hope everybody had a great day. Government shutdown, markets ripping, crypto's going wild, and I don't think anything's phasing it. So, like we were always talking about, I thought maybe we'd see a little pullback. We saw it first thing in the morning, and then it just rebounded. So, let's get through it. All information presented here is for educational and informational purpose only, not intended as financial advice. So always do your due diligence, and that is what the heat. What would I just do? That's what the heat map looks like. If I hit the right button, it'll work. How about our Tesla options here, guys? TSLL. Look at them guys up there, and TSLA obviously ripping up there, looking really good, and including the Mag 7 SPY hitting all-time highs, guys, as we're in a government shutdown. Good evening, Zach. How are you this evening? And yeah, look at this thing, 668, and it's hitting some resistance up here. We are going to be watching to see what it wants to do right now. It does look like it has some good momentum. Check it out. And it looks like it wants to curl through, but we have to make sure it does have that resistance sitting right here. So it doesn't look crazy or nothing. It just has a little resistance, and we'll check it out in the morning. But obviously it looks pretty strong. And Apple right there was going up a little bit. How about your Amazon right here? That was trying to get back moving, and all these were down first thing. Google was down. Now it's trying to move back up again, and we'll look at these again. But Meta was really pulling back there, and I think that might be trying to bottom out. So it might be a great opportunity right there for Meta. We'll keep an eye on that. And our Microsoft right here rebounded. Looks pretty good right there. And of course, NVIDIA was trying to get rolling some more. It doesn't get a rolling real much, a whole lot, but Tesla looking good and looks like it wants to continue up there. And good evening, Robin and Luis Rodriguez, Laptop Travel, and Doge Mom and 9 and Asian Jolie and everybody else that hangs out. How is everybody? And yeah, TSLA and TSLL. That's what we were talking about. Hell yeah. And they were beautiful right there, especially today. I'm sure Robin was happy again today with the Tesla calls, and he's been nailing them, guys. So he's been doing that, and I hope everybody's taking advantage. And again, these TSLL, everyone knew that thing was going to rip. They weren't too expensive right there. TSL calls, we're looking good today. And he sold a few off, and that's the way to do it, Robin. I like it. So just buy a bunch of them and just sell them as they go up. You'll make a lot of money that way, and you're doing perfect. I love it. So I love hearing the stories of you guys trading smart, locking in profits as they move up, and just doing really well, watching your accounts grow. That's the main thing. And the night note had some fire ones on it last night. There was all kinds of good stuff popping up today. So let's go ahead and look what was going on that ASTS Space Mobile. We were talking about that bad boy, and that was cruising. So here we go. Let's go through the list. That Neon Neo node. And this one, what's it look like today? It was curled up, I know that, and it just looks like it's making this base down here, and it should try to get rolling. I guess it might be waiting for the 20 not too far off. So there's your Neon right there. And we've been watching the Tylenol maker, KVUE, and it's still dipping down a little bit. We were looking to see if that was bottomed out. I guess we're going to level down and stay in this basement. So perfectly fine. I'm going to keep it on the list just so we can keep an eye on that for when it wants to get cruising right there. And yeah, thanks to Laptop Travel for sure for them TSL calls. He was definitely the one saying to grab them up right there, guys. So great call there, Laptop Travel. Absolutely 100%. And you could even have the TSLR. They were doing well today, as you can see, and all of them are cruising. So there you go with your Tesla calls. And let's see what else is going on. Here's the one. This was my very first option, guys. I figured it out because I saw it today hopping up on the scanner. It was popping up, and I go, oh, that was it. MPW. Remember I was trying to figure out the letters the other day? It was medical. I said it was some kind of medical company. Medical Properties Trust. I know they have options. That's for sure. It was the very first one I ever got. And so, yeah, this was the very first option I ever traded right here. MPW. And it was a win when I did it. And then I just kept up the momentum right there. But yeah, this one's not looking bad at the moment, guys. So you might want to keep an eye on that MPW tomorrow. See if it wants to run up a little bit more right there. I saw it today on the scanner. I went, holy cow, that was the one I was thinking about the other night. How crazy is that? So there you are. I couldn't think. I kept putting an MFH, Mercury, and I knew it wasn't this because it wasn't a medical company. And yeah, it was MPW. That was the one, Medical Properties Trust. So there you go, guys. That was my first option I traded probably right around this time last year, as a matter of fact. So How funny is that? And it just popped up today right on my scanner. It was the only one on the one scanner. I was like, that's really weird. That's exactly the one I was thinking of. So, yeah, bizarre. Open right here. Like I said, I would let it pull back. I don't know if I'm convinced that it really wants to roll yet. So, if it bottoms out and looks good, I'll let you guys know when I like it. And let's see what else is going on with our quantum and computer hardwares, because they were looking good today. QMCO ripping back up right here. So that looks good and curling up. Keep your eye on that. And how about your QBT right here was running up, not looking bad. And QBTS, your D-Wave was running up as well. Remember we were just talking about it? And I said, this thing does love to run up there. Watch for any dips on it. And there you go. It just started ripping right away. And what about your QTUM, the Defiance Quantum ETF, still ripping up there, looking good. That thing never even came out of the top, guys. I mean, look at this thing. That's pretty wild. And it's going to continue to rip just to show you how strong all this stuff is. The quantum computer hardwares, AI, everything in that sector. IONQ trying to get turned back around after that big run up and had a little bit of pullback. And what did Z-Space do today? Holy cow, this thing just loves to dip. Wow, this thing is amazing, these dips on it. And we'll just keep watching it. If it ever wants to turn around and run, we'll be getting it at a very cheap price down here, that's for sure. So we'll let it just dip down right there. How about RCAT right here? That doesn't look bad right now. So keep your eyes on RCAT. And let's see what the other big cats are doing. The Lion, LGHL. That one doesn't look bad right there either, guys. So the Lion looks like it's about to run a little bit. JAGX was running the other day. I saw it pulling back a little bit. Doesn't look terrible, though, so we'll have to look at that tomorrow. And the Cheetah right here doesn't look bad. Whoa, that one looks like it wants to get bouncing soon, too. I don't think it might not be tomorrow, but that one's going to get set up for the Cheetah. So I'll definitely be keeping an eye on that one as well. And there's your big cats right there. And let's see, we did our big caps already. We did big cats. We did our quantum and computer hardware. We're cruising right along. And we did a show this morning from 9 to 10:30 if anyone tuned in. Hope you guys enjoyed that. That was a fun show this morning. And yeah, we were rolling right through everything. And anyway, here we'll keep on rolling. UNH, this bad boy looks like it wants to curl up too. So I don't know how much this government shutdown's really hurting things. Did I not say the Democrats it's going to blow up in your face? And here you go, because the markets are ripping all-time highs in the government shutdown. And everybody knows it's all because they want to have health care for illegal immigrants. And again, we talked about last night. We won't go into it tonight, but we all want to help others, but we got to make sure this country can afford it first, and we absolutely can at the moment. So there's no way it's happening. And there you go with your Oscar right there, just kind of bouncing around. I'm not so sure it gets through yet, but we'll watch it. And ABTC, remember we were saying this thing's going to get ready to rock and roll. It was moving today. I was looking at it, and there you go. And I think that bad boy is going to get cruising. So, again, keep your eye on that ABTC and wait for option shows. Yeah, there you go. That's going to be a great one. 3 different approaches for sure. It's going to be a fun one. So, Sunday night, guys, mark your calendars. For Sunday night, we're going to do an option show right at 8 o'clock. Luis Rodriguez, Laptop Travel, and myself will hop on. I'll get their screens all set up. So you guys, you get all your information ready. And yeah, Sunday night, we'll go through everything and it'll be a good time. So here's your gift. I'll tell you the gift from Laptop Travel tonight, guys. And it is looking pretty good. I'm not going to lie. I already looked at it. APDN right here. And apparently they're going to have BNB is crypto coin they're going to be a treasury of right here. I don't even know if anyone's in BNB, but there you go. Initiate the BNB treasury. So and there you go. You know that one's going to get rocking and rolling as well. It ran up on the news, pulled back, and bam, look at that 20 trying to jam that up there. So that'll be really nice for sure. Laptop Travel looking good to set up. So thank you for that gift. And PEW right here is a little pullback. It is going to get, that might even be the bottom yesterday right there. So we'll keep an eye on it. I think the ABTC is the only one that really looks good at the moment. Let me see what Net Capital looks like here. This one is getting set up, though. That one actually looks a lot better than it did yesterday. And our PSQH right here had been pulling back. So I would say Net Capital and ABTC out of the Trump companies are looking pretty good right now. So there you go with that. And let's keep on rolling right through. We'll look at our gush and our oil and gas and all that good stuff because it was rolling again. And like I keep telling you guys, oil and gas is going to get cruising. I don't know what the hell's going on here, but something's going on with oil and gas. And if you look at like Oxy and stuff, you can see that one wanted to get ripping. What it do today out of close anyway. I know it was up and it ran up 3 cents in the after hours. So look at that setup right there on Oxy, guys. I mean, that's a wild one coming in right there. So you got to keep your eye on that. RBNE, that was up. I posted that yesterday. And that was running up today and getting ready. So keep your eyes on RBNE because that could continue its way up right there with no problem. What did that TMDE do? I saw it was down a little bit today. It wasn't doing a whole lot. And I think that one might be bottomed out. Look at that thing way down there. So that might become a pretty good opportunity in the next week or so. And OCGN right here was still rolling up there and looking good to stay. And it's getting back into the top. And I think it will get over that resistance and keep on cruising. So that one's been a solid one for us. Good old OCGN. And let's see what our BMNR is doing, our other crypto treasury ones. And this one obviously getting set up right here. Just jump back down and probably a good opportunity in that little channel right there. But you better believe that thing's going to get ripping. SBET's going to be looking good. And we were talking about all these yesterday, and they're getting set up in that channel right there. And your UPXI right here is ripping up. And I did say this one's going to be a really good one. This is the Solana one right here. And you guys know I like the Solana coin, and that one is looking good. What was that other Solana one I wrote down yesterday? Hold on. What the heck was that? SOLZ. That was what it was. I was looking at it today, as a matter of fact. And there you go. That one was cruising up there and looks like it wants to get pretty wild. So I would say keep your eyes on SOLZ. Let me jot it down again. It was on my list from last night. I had it out there with me. And I was like, oh, yeah, let me check this out. And I was like, oh, yeah, that looks good right there. So there you go with that one. And here we are with CRWV. And let's see where we're at here with CoreWeave. That one's just flat a little bit today. And it looks like it's trying to get set back up to run up more. Look at it, just flattened out. It should continue its way up. I'd have to look at it tomorrow to get a better judgment call on that one. And Salesforce dipping down some more. Let it come down to this trend line, guys. If you see it down here, it's probably a good opportunity if you like Salesforce around 229 area, 230. It's at 235 right now, and that's CRM right there. And let's see what our hold on, what I Circle, that was it. And let's see what Circle's up to right here. Dipping down a little bit today. I know it was running up in the after hours because I have it on a watch list, and I did see it moving there. So let's see where it was. 131. And it closed like a penny down, so nothing too crazy right there. And let's see what's going on with our next one, ORBS. This is another one of them crypto ones, and I don't know what's going on with this thing, guys. It just keeps pulling back right here, and it does have some big hitters in it, so I'm not sure exactly what's going on there, but we will definitely be keeping an eye on for that when it wants to get turned back around. Just let it die. Hey, we like to find them at the very bottom. We don't mind if they dip. It's perfectly fine. It just got to remember to look at it when it's ready to rock and roll again. And let's see what is going on with our Caterpillar, because I know Laptop Travel's daughter likes this one, and it was up some more today, like $3.67, and running up into the 481s in the after hours. So there you go with good old CAT. And we did look at ASTS for a briefing, and that thing looks really good to try to continue its way up when we had that on the night note, and it was in the Discord all over today, guys. So if you're in the Discord, you already knew ASTS was running there, and that was a good one. So yeah, it's all over the place. The night note, the 4 a.m. Warriors with Laptop Travel, all the setups, Ben's morning note, everything else going on in there, Godfather and I'm telling you, we got it covered every which way. And even, you know what's great, guys? I'll tell you what's great, to be honest with you. I was sick for like a week. I really was out of it. And I know I wasn't posting in there. And you know what? Because everybody else is so great in there, it's not even like I'm just like, you know what? I feel like crap, and I don't want to like have the wrong calls because I'm not seeing it right. And I don't have to worry about, because there's amazing calls every single moment in there. And it's the same thing for everybody else. Like Laptop Travel, if he's going and traveling, he doesn't have to worry because the the Discord's always got bangers in it, guys, between all of us in there. And that's why I love it as a group effort, because it just makes it way more fun, to be honest with you. But you can just kind of bounce around, see who you like, what picks you like, who's on the same page. And there's just so many different opportunities, from the 4 a.m.s, my setups, and what Ben does. He trades pretty good in like day trading, quick trading as well, and everything else. And the Godfather has his great due diligence. So yeah, it is an amazing Discord. It's a great community in there. Everybody's great. And I'll obviously start posting the prices and stuff a lot more now that I'm feeling way better, I would say. I mean, I'm not 100%, but I'm definitely not feeling like I'm going to die like I was for a week there. That was pretty wild. I'm not going to lie. So there we are. And yeah, the Discord is fire, guys. And it's only going to get better and better. You guys know I say it all the time. You just can't make it perfect in the very beginning. I mean, that wouldn't be great anyway, because then you would have nothing to look forward to in the future. So yeah, we made an amazing, I mean, Ben did an incredible job with story trading. It is a great Discord service and community. And every single week or two, it seems like it gets better and better and better. So yeah, I love it in there. And there's a lot of stuff going on. And so yeah, there you go. Oh, and Laptop Travel's daughter was taunting him with CJET earlier, because that ran up over 100% there and was going nutty. So, and then they had an offering, of course. So you have to expect that. And that was at a weird time, Laptop Travel. I'm not gonna lie, right in the middle of the day at like 1:30. They usually wait until at least like 4 o'clock, or I mean 3:30 would be okay. It is a Cayman Islands one, so I'm not sure what their time zone is or whatever, but it was a strange one right there. And that they happened to call that right in the middle of the day. I did see it, because I was like, oh, that was running like all day, and then all of a sudden just came popping back down pretty hard right there. And you can kind of see right there at that 1:30, they called it out, and then it went whoop, right into the basement, and it was a wrap. I mean, it was pretty crazy right there, because look at it. It just started running up. And remember, guys, what I was talking about this morning. And if you didn't watch this morning show, go back and check it out. I was breaking down the minute charts and what to look for right at the beginning of the day, guys. I picked up on a pretty decent pattern there, and you guys can all take advantage of it. I go through a couple of them and explain it all, so I won't do it again, because I know a lot of you were on that morning show. And if you didn't see it, just check it out. It's on my YouTube, and you'll see me. You can even scroll through fast and just look for when I pop on the minute charts there, and you'll see me going through and talking about patterns that I picked up just messing around in like the last 3 weeks or so, messing with the minute charts, and you can see different things. So yeah, it's pretty fun. We were doing that this morning and having a good time on that show. That was exciting. I slept through. I overslept this morning. I just slept right through my alarm, and then my wife just didn't wake me up, because she didn't think I was feeling well, so she didn't want to bother me. So can't be upset about that. And yeah, I just woke up at like 7:15. I was like, what the heck is going on here? I had no idea what was happening. I usually wake up, I'm not even gonna lie, I wake up like 1 or 2 minutes before my alarm every single day. And it's pretty crazy. Yeah, after like 2 weeks of the same time, my body will just like wake up a minute before, and I was like, well, clearly my body needed the rest, and obviously I do from being sick. Whatever this was kicked my butt, guys. I usually don't I usually work right through everything. This one had me down and out. I don't know what the hell was going on. But anyway, glad to be feeling much better now. And our big bear right here, looking pretty good. I would say keep that on your list again, because the BBAI, Joseph Levy, looking pretty good again right there. And Plug was running up again, 25%. Look at that bad boy. So, I mean, considering a government shutdown came in today, I would say the market's rebounded pretty well. That's for damn sure. And let's see. Let me see. Although when you travel, you usually have in-flight Wi-Fi. I usually have in-flight Wi-Fi. Well, you travel so much, I guess you kind of need it, huh? Laptop travel and the hotels and airport lounges. Yeah, you're like a high-end traveler, because you do that for a living. So you probably have access to like all the lounges in every airport throughout the world, I could imagine. So yeah, that probably is really cool. Never even thought about that, Laptop Travel. But yeah, you probably like travel in class all the time, I can only imagine, because that's what you do for a living, and you have all the connections and everything else. So that is pretty cool that you that you definitely do that. And I never even thought about that because some of them airport lounges, guys, are crazy. They look like hotels in there. They're like pretty wild. So yeah, you get in some of them, you can like just go and hang out in an airport lounge, kill like 2 hours. You won't even know 2 hours came by. So yeah, interesting. But there you go. And let's see what's going on. Let's plug away here and see LDI trying to bottom out right there, as you can see. And I think you're going to start to get that swing up finally. So yeah, we were a little bit early right around here on the bottom of it, but that would probably be your bottom. I would say 299 looks like it's going to be that bottom. As you can see, it hit it 2 days, and now it's starting to try to curl up there. So there you go. It's your LDI, and I think that'll still be safe to get cruising relatively soon. And ASST, guys, looks like it's going to get set up here. Good old Strive looks like that was the bottom the other day at your 220, and it's at 261 in the after hours. And look at this bad boy. So Luis Rodriguez, be prepared for Strive to get moving right there. So I'm sure you'll be excited about that one right there. And guys, you keep your eyes on it too, because look at that bottom, and it's about to get moving. So that should be a good opportunity as well. And Hertz has been cruising right along. It was just it ran up today. I know it did. I saw it up there, and it was over 712. I definitely saw it up, and it looks like it had pulled back a little bit towards the end of the day. And obviously, we can look, and yeah, it was. And look, guys, what was I explaining this morning about when it peaks up like that at 9:30, right? And you can lock them in there. I'm telling you, it's pretty wild. So, if you didn't listen to the show this morning from 9 to 10:30. Check it out. I break down the minute charts and what to look for right at the beginning of the day, guys. You can be in and out immediately. I mean, we're just have another extra trade real quick like that, and then set you up for like 11:30, and you guys will see. I was explaining it all, and again, it's just a little quick pattern. I don't know. Like I said, I don't think it'll hold up forever, but take advantage of it while we still see it. And I keep up on the patterns like that. So if they do change, I'll keep you posted. And LAC right here was running up another one we knew from last night, hitting resistance. But guys, it does look pretty healthy to try to get through. It had, I guess not on this one. It had that pullback right there. Not really major, though. I'll look at it in the morning. It does have this. If it can get into this little channel and just get itself up here, even a little bit more, because it did spike up to the 750 area. If it can just get into that channel right there, and it's a tight one, but if it can get in there, it could jump up a little bit more. As you can see, it has the room. It came out of the top, and it could still spike. So that's what I'm looking at right there on LAC. And let's see what our Rich Tech Robotics was rolling today, 10%. I hope Sam, I know he said wasn't this the one Sam was getting in, or was it something different? Or was this Zach? I forget. Somebody said they were trying to buy this one on the dip right there. And there you go. So that's ripping up there and looking pretty good to try to crawl up right now. Good old Rich Tech Robotics right now. So good old RR. We do like that one at the moment. And AgriForce Growing Systems or something. AGRI, yeah. AgriForce Growing Systems. This one's getting set up as well. It looked like it bottomed out there yesterday. And I would keep an eye on this one right here. And I know someone mentioned it the other day, and it was getting set up. That's why I kept it on the list. And it looks like it's rolling off that MACD right there. So there we are with AGRI. And let's see what Pfizer's doing. It was still up and running up today after the Trump RX deal yesterday. So new Trump RX, and for pharmaceuticals are going to be cheaper apparently. And Pfizer made a deal with that. And ELPW is at a long power. And remember, this thing was way down there, and it does look like it's trying to get out of the basement here. So you can keep an eye on this one. It's getting over that 20 right there. For your ELPW, I know someone mentioned that one. And here's a couple good ones that are setting up right here that I saw. UCTT, this one, Ultra Clean Holdings or something. It was running up today. It does have that resistance right there, but it has a real nice curl up. So just keep an eye on that. If it can get over this resistance right here, like the 29, if it can get anywhere over like 29.50, I'd say you're going to get cruising right there for UCTT. And let's see what BDX is doing right now. Becton Dickinson or something. But this thing looked pretty good when I saw it, curling through and trying to jump off of that line right there, that trend line, and has the 20 underneath of it. So your BDX fuel cell is looking good as well. That was up today and looks like it wants to try to continue. And LOT, Lotus Technology, right here, trying to get set up as well. So keep an eye on this. It was trying to jump up today. LTC right there. So you can keep an eye on that, see if it wants to continue up a little bit. Has a little resistance there, but have a feeling it'll get into this channel and get even bullish up to here. So LOT, Lotus Technology, an auto manufacturer. You can look at that one right there. And let's look at that TONX right now. It was pulled back a little bit, and I was honestly surprised because I thought this thing was getting ready to get ripping, and maybe it's just a little dip just to stall it out while you're waiting for your 20. I thought it was going to try to run up on the 20 and then have it curl up with it. So that's what it had looked like yesterday to me, and then it pulled back a little bit there. And again, you're never going to be 100% right with what you look at. I just try to keep an eye and see if you can see that future. And check this one out, BTGD, and it's 100% Bitcoin and 100% gold ETF. I don't know what the heck that is, guys. So anyway, if you want to invest in Bitcoin and gold at the same time, they even give you that opportunity now. So watch for that one. I didn't even know about that, but Luis Rodriguez brought it to my attention there. So thank you very much. And let's see, an LDI, one of the largest losses in third quarter. That is not good right there. And like I said, that thing should be coming back up, Laptop Travel, I would say. It does look like it will. And let's see, on Larry's show tonight that came on at 7 said, could 750,000 like layoff each day? That'd be crazy, huh, Michael Anthony? So, yeah, we are in a government shutdown. Honestly, they just handed they didn't realize what they were doing. They're not very bright over there on that Democratic Party side. I'm telling you guys, they need to get somebody in there that knows what the hell they're doing. Again, I tell you, I'm a registered Democrat. I was a Democratic voter for almost my whole life until that woke agenda started. I went, what the hell are these maniacs talking about? And I distanced myself real quick from that shit. I was like, get the hell out of here. I don't want to be seen or associate with that nonsense. So, yeah, I ended up kind of changing over. I told you, I ran as an independent in multiple elections. So I see it right down the middle, I promise you. And I live in a super Democratic area. And so, yeah, it's not that I don't like them. I'm just telling you, I just don't understand that you could have a party that just like commits like suicide like that practically. I mean, they just like obliterated themselves out of nowhere. And all honestly, you know what it was? It was the woke agenda. That was all it is the woke agenda. And the people that are still stuck on it, you're out of your minds. And again, we've talked about it a million times, so we won't get it. Nobody cares what anybody does. Just be nice, respectful, help others, be kind to others. Don't be violent, and nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. You can go do whatever the hell you want in this life. Trust me, you can, and nobody cares. So, yeah, it's just crazy that they want to beat these things down your throat for no reason because no one even cares. And like I say, the one that gets me the most is the fact that they're trying to teach children about trans and this and that. Guys, children shouldn't be learning about sexual orientation at all. So it's not that, I care about there's a male and a female. Just let that for later on. Kids should be kids and let them be kids. It's the same kids that you're telling to believe in Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy, and Easter Bunny, but yet they're allowed to make their decisions if they're a boy or a girl. It doesn't make sense. It's not even logical. So that's the part that drives me really crazy. And then, you see all the crazy books and this and that and everything else that they do. It's wild. So that's what really distanced me. But yeah, I'm telling you, I'm still a registered Democratic voter. I promise you I am. I never changed my voting status. And I ran in 2 elections as an independent. I still didn't even change it, guys, and I was in there to do it. So yeah, I'm still that's what I signed up for. I'm like, that's what I am, I guess. But and at the end of the day, you know what? I think I just pick what's really the right choice in life. It doesn't matter what party it is. Just I'll go with what makes more sense and what seems to be more logical in life, and is going to help the country. So yeah, that's how I look at it anymore. So yeah, when I talk about the Dems and stuff, just realize I'm a registered Democratic voter, and so yeah, it's not like I'm making fun of people that I've never it's not. I'm not talking bad about it. I'm just telling you the truth. I don't know what's going on. They blew up the entire party with the woke agenda, and it's kind of bizarre. Could you ever imagine that they could do that? No, they were the Republican Party was like obsolete forever. Like nobody even knew it kind of even existed practically. And all of a sudden, it just took over. It's crazy. I'm telling you, it's crazy. You couldn't have made that story up if you had to. Anyway, let's look at our laptop our laptop lowdowns, or not loaded. We haven't done them in a while. Our laptop travel list. And here we are right here. And that ATER, Ethereum right there, not looking bad at the moment. It's just got a little setup time. You can see it in that channel right there. And BIVI, that BioV, whatever it is. Whoa, that one's looking really good, guys. Put a little mark next to BIVI, because that one looks good there. Laptop travel, I do like that. How about Bolt Projects? What's that up to tonight? BSLK, Bolt Projects, that's looking good. I know you just had that on a list or something. I know it wasn't running up a little bit, probably back here, and then boom, and that's looking really good to continue. So, guys, there's like a million opportunities right here. CAPS, Capstone Holding. Let's see. We'll see what that wants to do. It did spike up today, so you might have a little pullback as that 20 and 50 try to converge right there. And that is CAPS, CLDI, Cality Biotherapy. I remember just looking at this not long ago, and it was trying to get set up down here. It did dip down right there. That was your bottom, and now you're actually looking good with that CLDI. I remember we were talking about that not long ago. Excuse me, I'm still coughing a little bit, but definitely feeling way better. NHCTI, and thank you everybody that did reach out. I greatly appreciate it. Like I said, I was down and out for the count. I'd say I haven't felt that bad in a long time. I know COVID. I thought I had COVID or the flu because of the body aches were so bad. But I can tell you this: I never had the body aches like that in my life, and with COVID or the flu. So I would say this took the cake. I don't even know what the hell I had, and yeah, the doctor said, she's like, maybe I had COVID early on, and then it turned into like a viral infection and a bacterial. Because I'm telling you, it would come and go. Like every day, I would be sick, and I felt better, and then the next day, I'd feel worse. And this went on for over a week, and I'm like, holy cow! Like I just didn't know what was happening there. So I don't think they know, and I didn't. They were like, it's already been over a week. We're not swabbing your throat and sending it out for a culture at this point. I'm like, yeah, please don't. I don't care. Just give me an antibiotic so I can get better. So yeah, anyway, antibiotics definitely helping out there, and I am feeling better. Let's keep on cruising right through our laptop travel list. And IOTR, that IO31, look at this thing. Remember, we've watched this thing for so long. When it started out, it jumped up and took that big dip. And honestly, guys, it really did look like it wanted to run. And here you could see it just get into the basement. It was obviously in the basement when it dipped down, and it just kind of stayed down here for a very long time. I don't remember what they do, telecom services in Singapore, but we were under the impression that this thing was going to get cruising at some point. I mean, it looked like it wanted to, especially back here. I remember us looking at it. It wasn't much longer after it had launched and then pulled back. I remember it looked like it wanted to run, and we were looking at that thing for a while there, and it just never did what it wanted to do. But maybe finally, as it's getting that cross up and going, and that 20 and 50 can meet up, and the market seems to be the right way, maybe now you're going to get that opportunity with IOTR. So that was one we watched for a while there. I definitely remember it. And I remember people kept asking about it as well. And here's your COOPN. That thing had run up into its all-time highs, had that nice little pullback, nothing crazy, and you are getting set back up. So you're going to run in between these channels for a little bit as they get tighter, and then you'll get that pop off. So that's what you're looking at with COPN, good old Copin Corp. And let's see what LST is up to. And that is Leufhold Select Industries. That's an ETF. I don't know what they do, but that looks pretty good right there. And I'm not sure what they have going on, but look at that thing getting set up, and that's super bullish, even at the top right there. That's an interesting look right there, laptop travel for an ETF. And LPCN right here is Liposin or something. And that one's getting set up to run. Look at it right off that trend line. Looks like it can get through that support line at 3 because it already did there in the after hours, apparently. So, yeah, I'd watch this one in the morning as well, guys. You have your 50 right there, but it looks like it has some pretty good momentum running for it. So that is LPCN. And how about NCRA right here? No, sir. I don't even know. I have no idea what it's called, but that looks like it could pull back a little bit. It obviously was just running up here to the support lines, or resistance lines. I'm sorry, up to the resistance, and then coming back. And now you're going to have to get that set back up for NCRA and RKDA. RKDA, there we go. And that is Arcadia Biosciences. And this thing, that's going to start to curl up, it looks like. I don't think that's going down with the 20 right there. So looking pretty good there. How about TRNR? That's Interactive Strength. We looked at this one for a while, as a matter of fact, too. And this one's looking pretty strong there. So keep an eye on TRNR at the moment. That is looking pretty strong. And let's see what VELO is doing. Velo 3D, VELO. And let's see what's up with it. And that, wow, that jumped up there today pretty good. And it could continue its way up there tomorrow. So keep your eye on that one too, guys. VELO looking good. And WF holding. And let's see, that looks like it's spiking up. Holy cow, that's going to be a good one. What is that up to? A specialty machinery, industrial machinery in Malaysia. Hold on, let's look at that bad boy. And that is looking good right there, I must say. Look at that curling up, looking good for WFF. So keep an eye on that. And WBX here, let's see. And another one, Wallbox. We were just looking at this not long ago. And WBX. Yeah, that's looking good too. Maybe a little pullback there. Just watch for any little pullback, but that 20 is going to crush it right up there. And that's your WBX Wallbox. So there you go with your laptop travel list right there. And let's keep on cruising along and seeing what's going on with our Jolie's Jams and Rhythm right here. And that one wants to get back into the rhythm. I'm not so sure yet. It looks like it's still going to be pulling back a little bit. So I don't know about that. We'll see tomorrow. It looks like it was running up. So we take a better look. Yeah, I'm still not convinced it's ready just yet right there. And Blink charging right here. Wow, look at Blink running in the top. You might have a momentum play with Blink tomorrow morning. And I know we were watching Sezzle right here, and it is pulling back some more. I'm going to keep on watching this for when it wants to bottom out. And this one may have to wait for the 20 as well at this point with that little bit of pullback. It looked like that wanted to bottom out at 77. It's still up above it, but you might get a little opportunity to get there. And we'll also watch to see if it wants to roll off right there tomorrow. So keep an eye on Sezzle. We'll be watching that one tomorrow. And Sterling Infrastructure is a construction and engineering company, and that thing is pulling back at the moment. So watch for it to try to come back down to its support line unless it bounced up in the after hours. Let's see what Sterling did. And no, I don't think so. Yeah, I'd watch for it to pull back a hair right there for Sterling. And how about Rivian right here? And that's still pulling back at the moment. It had run up and obviously pulling back now. And how about Symbotic up 420, smoking and way up there right there, up to that resistance at 60. It's at 58. So, yeah, Symbotic looking pretty good, I must say. And let's look at our Nike right here. And it did roll up. And didn't they have earnings yesterday, right? Then we talk about that. Yeah. And then today it was rocking and rolling. So I guess, and we knew that they did pretty well with the earnings because I read it. It was 11.72 billion, and they estimated 10.99 billion. So they did pretty well with that, with their revenue in Nike. So there you are. And guys, what about this one right here? Remember I was saying DXYZ, and I said, yeah, I'm going to grab some more down here because it's a great opportunity. And boom, right back up to higher than where it was. So there you go, guys. That's why I was telling you about DXYZ right there. And these setups, I'm telling you, they may pull back. You got to learn to have a little bit of patience and just trust what you're looking at there. And they will work out perfect. And again, it's all about patience and being confident in what you look at. Are they all going to be, you're not going to be 100% right no matter what, but we shoot for like 8 or 9 times out of 10. We can get it nailed down. We're doing really well. So I would say DXYZ doing what we wanted it to. And again, we went through the SPY and Mag 7 at the very beginning. SPY, all-time highs. Guys, we were in a government shutdown today. So interesting, but be careful tomorrow, because I'm telling you, it's got that resistance. It hasn't been able to break it right there. And you can see the last time it hit it, look what happened. It came back down to the 20, right? I think you could even spike a little or dip a little lower under that 20. So just watch it. I don't know if it's getting through that MACD tomorrow. I know Tesla's looking really strong right here. Maybe it can carry it up. Maybe it'll be up early in the morning and then have a little pullback. We'll be on at 7. I won't oversleep tomorrow morning, so I'll be up first thing and we'll do a show. We'll look at the SPY, how everything is trying to set up for tomorrow, because again, it's at a spot where it could go either way. And I kind of feel like it could have a little bit of pullback right there. And anyway, let's keep on cruising right through. Actually, let me look at UVXY just to take a look and see what it looks like. And I mean, that one could go either way right there. And how about our VIX right here? And just see what that looks like real quick. And yeah, you can see your 20 and 50 trying to meet up, and this thing coming down, and it could roll right off of there tomorrow, guys. So just beware in the morning. I'm just letting you know. And take a look at my take a look at the show from 9 a.m. And again, check out that pattern I was talking about at 9:30 and them areas. And then definitely check it out tomorrow. I'm telling you, it might be dead on. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and check it out. You can even scroll through the video real fast, and when you see me pop on minute charts there, you can absolutely just watch that and see what I do. We'll go through the Mag 7 again. Apple was up a little bit. Amazon was trying to go up, and again, I don't know if it's exactly ready, and that's why I'm saying I don't know if the market's going to be ripping tomorrow. We'll keep an eye on it. Tesla could still go ripping, not a problem. I don't know if it's going to carry the market. Google looks like it's trying to, but again, look at it still pulling back here, guys, and I don't think it's ready to get ripping. I do think we're going to have like a week or two here. Speaking of which, we'll go through the Mag 7 and we'll go through the charts, the polygram charts. Meta pulling back right there, going to hit that bottom. Maybe it bases out down there and then looks better. Microsoft right here was looking pretty good today, and we have been liking Microsoft, so definitely be keeping an eye on that. And the video was also up a little bit, but I could also see that one pulling back some more tomorrow, and that's the one to look at right there is Tesla. TSLA. So anyway, let's go ahead and look up over here and see what's going on. October 15th or later looking good. I'll be honest with you, earlier when I was looking at it, that October 6th through the 9th was really looking strong, guys. It started to get that curl up look. Now they're flat, and even the 10th through the 14th. So honestly, you're not getting the government staying shut down until next week, at least until October 6th. Let's put it that way. So I don't see it October 3rd through the 5th is just not in the cards right here. It's not happening. And what's today? The 1st? Yeah, the 3rd through the 5th don't even look like it's feasible. So I would say we're looking at the earliest is the 6th, which is a Monday morning. And so the 6th through the 9th is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And let's see what else is and then the 15th is the latest or later. And let's see, that's that next one. Wow. So yeah, we could be in a government shutdown for a little while, guys. So that's what it looks like at the moment. I'm keeping an eye on it. We'll see if that gets curled up. If that 15 gets, if that 15 or later gets curled up, forget about it. These other ones don't stand a chance. So yeah, they're too flat right now, and they could easily pull back while the other one goes up. And that's the way. And then they'll have to readjust it, because then they'll have to go like October 15, 16, 17, and then do the other days like that. So kind of interesting, but it could be as far as the middle of October, another 2 weeks or so before. And when the shutdown gets over, it'll pop up to market as well. Not that it needs any help at this moment, because it's running all-time highs, and then you'll have a little bit of pullback, I think, and then they'll figure this stupid thing out, and then the markets will really rip. And in the meantime, crypto, let's do that, and then we'll go through the rest of our list. Look at this thing, guy. I left it with you on it. It would look like this last night when it was bright green, neon green, and look at Bitcoin just ripping along with our Ethereum getting set up to rock and roll. And of course, our Solana is rocking and rolling up there. Here's that BNB, and that's what APDN is becoming a treasury for. And here is your Ripple, and there's a few of them treasuries, and that's going to get ripping. Of course, our Doge is looking pretty good right there. And how about Cardano at the moment, curling up, looking nice as well. And Stellar is looking pretty stellar, I must say. Chainlink not looking bad, starting to move back up. It's in the 22s now, and Optimism looks pretty optimistic at the moment. Up 4 cents and getting ready to rock and roll right there. And I know ETF is just way down, guys. I know we had it up to, it was over like 1 million market cap. I already explained what happened the other day. And yeah, these bots just get in and just like rip it to pieces. It's pretty wild. So we've been watching it. And we'll see if it gets ripping up again. So keep your eye on that to see if ETF goes flying up again. So there you are with our crypto look. And let's see what is going on with our other ones, because AMC looking really good right there, as we've been talking about. And remember, we were saying these things could kick off everything. The meme stocks like AMC, GameStop right there looking really, really good, guys. Remember, I was saying that a few weeks ago, and here we go. These guys get rolling. The market pulls back for like 2 weeks, and then everything gets ripping, guys. I could see that scenario going down during a government shutdown. And you know what? All Trump had to do was the day it shut down, stick the market at its all-time highs, and everybody goes, how the hell did he just do that? And that's it. That's all you needed to do. Let it pull back, and then just sit there and go, well, you guys, when you want to figure out to be normal human beings and reopen up the country, just hit me up and let me know, and we'll do it. So, and then in the meantime, he's just going to slaughter everything because they gave him complete power. He can go lay off like everyone he wants and fire people left and right out of the government. He can. I mean, I just don't get what people were thinking here. We talked about it on the show, what was going to happen. And here we go. And the rates are getting cut, guys. I mean, that's not even a question. We were talking about like 0.50s coming up real quick. Look at this, guys. Not the Fed decision in October. It already happened. We got to go to December here. So there you are. And there's your 25. Look at that thing just curling up. And yeah, your no change is curling down. Like I said, it doesn't even have a shot. We were talking about this. Your 50 could have a shot right here. And get curled up. It is curling down. Does look like it's shooting for. And obviously we have a ton of time. But yeah, I'm telling you guys. Oh yeah, we do have the October. What am I talking? I keep thinking it's like not. I don't know what I'm thinking, guys. Yeah, this one is the one we should be looking at, October 29th. And I was thinking it's September 29th, and it just passed. I'm like, how do they have the chart up there if it just passed? But that's never mind. Yeah, this one 25. I mean, that one's crazy, guys. But yeah, I just think that this month we're getting a 25. I think that's going to stay up there. I don't think it's going to jump off a cliff. It's at the end of the month, so obviously a lot can happen. But I'm just saying that one looks pretty solid right there to maintain. And then your December 10th, obviously you're 25 again. So we're getting rate cuts, guys. I told you this was going to be happening. And I bet in January it looks like 25 too. There you go. That says no change right there, actually. I hate when they do that because this one has the orange. I don't know why they do that. They change the colors, and it always screws me up. So that's your 25 decrease, and here's your 25 increase. Wow, they have 50 decrease, 25 decrease, and then your plus 25 down there. So yeah. And let's see. We'll watch this. I mean, that's got 2 months and a lot of time, so we're not really worrying. But I'm telling you, you're getting rate cuts on the next 2 meetings coming up, guys. So, like I said, rate cuts are coming, and that's all Trump wanted. And now he gets to fire whoever he wants and do whatever he wants while the government shut down. I'm telling you guys, I said it the other day before it even happened. I laid it all out for you. And somebody was on there asking me if I knew what I was talking about, if I knew what I was saying, because he was saying that, he didn't think I knew what I was saying. And I'm like, trust me, one thing I kind of know is the markets, the economy, looking at a stock chart and telling you exactly what the markets are going to do. And you could just see it. It just jumps out at me, guys. I mean, it's nothing crazy. I say I'm blessed with a gift, but this stuff comes very natural to me. I mean, it's not that they're just patterns. Give me a children's book to read. Now we're in trouble and try to tell you what it was about. We're in trouble at that point, guys. I'm not good at it. My comprehension doesn't do it. I can still do this. Again, 2 things I can do really well still. Drive around, not a go-kart, clearly, because I stick my hand in the chain, but drive a car and look at stock charts. You know what the 2 things I never stopped doing after I got hit in the head. And matter of fact, I was looking at stock charts in the ER the night I was getting stitches, guys, after I got hit in the head. I never stopped looking at them. If you go back to my post from January 8th, of 2 years ago, you'll see. I think there was like one day I didn't post anything, and then I came out and told everybody. I posted like one or two things, and then people started to ask me. They're like, "Yo, is everything okay? You're not posting like normal." And that's when I came out like 3 days, 4 days later, and said that I had like a major accident and had gotten hit in the head. And yeah, at that point, I still had 4 stitches in my head. And yeah, but I never stopped doing the markets. And I'm telling you, I became in the matrix with it. It's bizarre. So yeah, I definitely know when I look at these charts and anything around it and anything financial and these poly market thing, I can just tell you what's going to happen. And it's really not rocket science. I that's why I say all the time, who is advising these people? It's just mind-boggling to me. They can listen to this stupid show and know it exactly what's going to happen and how they could run the country. And I mean, it's basic, it's simple, guys. And so yeah, I don't ever get it. I've been saying this for years and years and years. And again, I told you I started the show because of my head. And I was always just posting to Rich Davis and a couple of my buddies, giving them stock picks and stuff and telling them shit that was going to be happening in the world. And they would be like, how the hell do you know this shit before it happens? And I've been doing it for years and years and years. Oh, probably a decade at least. Before I was doing it for like 5, 6 years before I was even posting stuff online. And yeah, like I said, I used to follow Stock Authority before I was ever even posting anything. I used to follow him. He has a huge following. I talk to him all the time now. He's a great dude. And I tell you, he sends me over some stocks, and I even tell you which ones they are. I go, oh, that one was from Stock Authority. So yeah, he's a great dude. And like I said, I was following him before I ever started posting and stuff. And then I just started posting stuff right as COVID, I guess. I remember Rich and my buddies were like, dude, you should just do this. And so I started to just mess around on StockTwits, and that was that. But anyway, let's get back to the market and see what's going on. But yeah, I mean, we spelled it out perfectly exactly what would happen if they shut down the government. And look what's going on, guys. I mean, the market's ran all-time highs, and nothing's changing. And like I said, it's just going to ultimately blow up in the Dems' face. And I just don't see why they didn't understand that it wasn't that important for the $3.5 billion for the health care for illegal immigrants. They're going to lose the battle, and they're going to get themselves blown up in the meantime. Sometimes you just got to cut your losses. We know that. You know, sometimes you just got to be like, let me just step away from this why I'm kind of ahead, I guess, because I'm about to dig myself into a real deep hole. And that's what they just did. They could not say no. And I guess look bad. I would have said, fuck it. Look, guys, we look bad. You know what? Maybe it was a bad idea. And yeah, scratch that 3.5 billion. Let's keep the country open, because if not, you guys are going to trounce us. And no, they didn't think like that, guys. You know why? They have this crazy woke agenda in their head. And again, that's why I was saying at the beginning, I'm not sure who's advising the Democratic Party. And that is why I told you I'm a registered Democratic voter. So I don't know who's advising them. It's crazy to me. And you're talking to someone that's run in politics and done all this shit. You know what I do, and I just don't get it. I mean, not that I would probably advise to them, because they'd have to get rid of the woke agenda immediately. That would be out the door, the first thing. And then again, you do that, you'll probably have a big party again. Everybody bounced out because of that woke agenda. And yeah, it's a population. Let's not get it wrong, and it's a big population, I guess. In comparison to the rest of the country, it's a tiny population. So, but they're very loud and aggressive, and they have a lot of money and funding behind them with the Soros and all that shit. So they get plenty of funding. They pay these protesters to go out. Guys, do you guys experience this? This is a great question for the show right here. Let me know about this, please. Do you guys experience in your towns, like, do they have like set up protests, like they like advertise it like on Facebook, and they go out there and they advertise on like or protest on like a busy street on like a Wednesday night? Do you guys witness this stuff going on? And you see these things getting like planned because they're posting out stuff on Facebook and this and that, and you're like, who is planning this shit, for one? And who's funding it? Because they have way too many nicer posters and shit going on. So somebody's getting funded or paid, or something's happening. There's a money trail going on. Why these people are going out? They're not going out there for their health. and because they think they can make a difference standing on my the one busy street in my town and holding up a protesting sign. I'm pretty sure they know they're not making a zero. No one's even paying attention to them. So yeah, does anybody else have that shit going on in their town? I was wondering that the other day when I saw these maniacs. And you haven't seen it there in Houston. You're not paying attention. No, it's not even on the news. I don't pay attention to the news either, Robin. This is I drive by, I see these maniacs out there. They're like a couple blocks from my house on like the main street. Like when I go down the main road, these guys are out there with their signs. There's like the same 7 people, I guess, every week. And I'm like, you can't get the same 7 people to come out and do this shit every single week unless somebody's getting paid. I don't know. I just don't get it. I can't imagine these people going out every Wednesday night to the same spot. Maybe they do it every night and they just go to a different spot. Who the hell knows? I have no clue, guys. But yeah, it's really, really bizarre. And yeah, they advertise it. They have these other ones at this big river around this, and they have all these kind of like protests, and it's bizarre. And guys, it's always the super woke agenda shit like nobody cares about. And you know why they have to like go out and protest and be crazy? Because nobody cares about it. And that's the reason they still can't come to the realization that, you know why Harris got landslided? Because America does not want a woke agenda. It's that simple. It's real simple, guys. And we've been talking about it forever. And again, I don't give a shit what anybody does. If you're transgender and you need a hand, I'm going to help you. I could care less what you are. And that's just the way it is, guys. It's just that way. I tell you. I mean, I tell you, all my neighbors are pretty woke, and I still help them do everything. And I don't even bat an eye. Nothing phases me. I don't care what you do in life. Again, just don't beat it down the kids' throats and stuff like that. It drives me insane, and we don't need it. So, but yeah, I saw them maniacs out there protesting, and I was like, holy shit, like they have to be getting paid. I can't imagine these people are just showing up unless you really just have zero life. Like, can you imagine not having a life like that? And you're like, every Wednesday night at 5 p.m. when I'm supposed to be eating dinner with my family, I'm going to go out and protest and hold up these signs that no one even knows what the hell they're talking about. Who the hell does that? You don't have anything better to do with your day? I mean, that's pretty bizarre. So anyway, just a little rant right there. And I guess Robin doesn't say, yeah, let me know if you guys see it. I don't know if it's just a thing that's around me in New Jersey. That's why I'm asking. Luis Rodriguez, do you have that stuff up in North Jersey? That's a good. They'll probably get killed up there if they did that. To be honest with you. So, you know what would happen? I'm not even kidding. Where Luis Rodriguez lives, it's a different land. North Jersey, South Jersey are like 2 different states, guys. I'm not going to lie. And yeah, they were out there in North Jersey. A tractor trailer somehow veer off the road somehow and catch the sidewalk and and just keep on cruising up in North Jersey. They're crazy up there. So maybe they're not protesting up there, as a matter of fact. I could see that happening. They wouldn't last very long up in North Jersey. Yeah, they pick these, and you know what it is? Again, I live in a Democratic town, guys, super Democratic. There's a couple towns around me, and again, there's really nice towns. One of them super nice, actually, and it's like the most woke town. If you're coming here to get into a woke area, you're definitely moving to this one town. I promise you, it's the wokest town you could ever imagine. My dentist is there, and like every single office building and doctor's office and even the churches, guys, they all have the pride flags, and every house practically has it. It's a bizarro world, and it's a really nice town, and they have a lot of great places in this town too. But that's also where basically that big river is, and yeah, they get all these people set up. So yeah, it could all be coming from that area as well. I have no idea. I'm just asking because I see these people. I'm like, who the hell has time for this shit? But anyway, Netflix, did you short it down today like we were talking about? Everybody's canceling Netflix right now. They're in a heap load of trouble. I mean, Elon, I think, posted out like 7 times today, cancel Netflix. And he's got the biggest account on X. Probably not a good look for Netflix, huh? So yeah, I can't imagine Netflix in their offices today as they're looking at their Twitter account. And Elon's going, cancel X, and posting pictures of people canceling X. I can only imagine what they were feeling. And Go back to the woke agenda, guys. There you go. So apparently they're trying to hire somebody that's woke. I don't even know what the story is, but Netflix stock closes lower after Elon Musk urges followers to cancel the service. Let's see if it tells us why. I really have no idea why. Let's see. What is it all over anyway? Cancel Netflix for the health of your kids. I saw him write all this stuff today. Let's see. Let me just check it out. He wrote on social, responding to a post that accused the company of promoting a transgender agenda. I honestly didn't even look at this, but listen to what I was just talking about. The Tesla CEO, who has 226 million followers on the platform. I don't even know if Netflix has that many subscribers. They probably do. And has also amplified several posts claiming a growing trend of Netflix canceling. I'm telling you, he posted it multiple times today. It was pretty wild. And he specifically criticized the animated series Dead End Paranormal Park. I never even heard of it, which he claimed was pushing trans ideology to children. And guys, I mean, I got to check this shit out now. I didn't even know what it was about. I just knew it was something about, I just saw Elon's post, so that's all I saw. And I don't think he actually wrote this at all. Maybe he did. I didn't see that. And but yeah, I just knew he was telling everyone to cancel Netflix and other people because they had some kind of woke shit going on. And there you go. Apparently, they have an animated series promoting. I have to check it out and see what it's all about. Obviously, I'll look at it and see what's happening with that. And yeah, we'll discuss it. So, should we be shorting Netflix? I'd be careful tomorrow. But yesterday, I said it because immediately when I saw Elon post it the first time yesterday, I said, "Holy shit, you better short Netflix right now." I mean, when Elon says to cancel something and it's Netflix for a reason, you know people are going to be canceling it. And I bet there had a lot of cancellations today. There's a lot of hardcore Elon people. Let's put it that way. I would say more hardcore Elon than more hardcore Netflix at any moment. So, yeah, they took a nice little dip right there. And it could, honestly, it looks like it's just going to keep coming down. So we'll look at it tomorrow and see. Don't they have an ETF? Yeah, NFXL, right? That's the bull, and that looks really bad right now. And let's look at NFXS right here, and that's the bear. There you go. So there you are, Robin, if you want to check that out. That's the way to go right there. It's nice and cheap right there. It's only a one-timer, but whatever. You still make some profits on it. You know that. It's up 2.5%. So NFXS, we'll circle that one right there on the and that's why, guys, that's why I put all them ETFs next to the list right there on that list, on our night list, so that you can easily look over, find some ETFs that you need to trade. I do it all the time. And while I'm sitting here trading during the day, I'll be looking at this list right here. I literally have my list sitting right next to me in front of me all day, and I go off of that list all day long. And that's why I write all my notes on that list for the day. And then the next day, I couldn't tell you what even happened that day because I don't really remember, but it's like a brand new day. It's like a Groundhog Day for me. And I have a whole new piece of paper there with all kinds of notes on it. And then I go to town. So, hey, you guys can kind of do the same thing, to be honest with you. It makes it way easier because, like I said, it gives you all the SPY, the Mag 7, some great big caps. And then obviously, you know what's popping and happening. And if you're keeping track, like ABTC, NCPL trying to set up, BBAI and ASTS has got some momentum right there. And if you're just marking them down as we go along, and Agrify Force, AGRI, that looks good. And ELPW trying to get out of the basement. And that's what I do. I just kind of make some marks right there, tell you what looks good. SOLZ, that was on there for yesterday. And that looked good today. It was running up. And crypto is. So yeah, guys, that's basically how I do it. And just a little insight right there. And yeah, you don't have to really make it real complicated. I literally handwrite everything. And then I have all my semiconductors, everything like that, my crypto. Basically, why the list is set up like this, it makes it easy for me. I'm not going to lie. It was kind of the system that I thought was the easiest. And yeah, we can even rotate some of these bottom ones. You guys tell me, ready? After bull, we have space, which is actually looking real good now. But like Boeing, DJT, Fun, McDonald's, and Disney's good, and Oxy are good, and ExxonMobil. But we can change up a few. If anybody ever has any ideas to change up a couple of them, feel free, or even add a couple of the big caps or something like that. feel free to reach out. I know we have Nike. We added some of the Asian Jolie's list. I can just pop her up a little higher and then make her list and then add a couple underneath of her. So underneath that list and do it that way. So just some ideas. I was thinking about it today, as a matter of fact. That's why it probably came to my mind. I was thinking, should we change up some of these? I mean, they are good, great ones to look at all the time. And we go through them every night and every morning. Gives you a great idea of what's going on in the market and the different sectors, kind of why it's set up that way. But we can add or take away if you guys think that you want to. You let me know. I try to make the show interactive like Covino and Rich and take suggestions from everybody. So be sure if you think we have something good to add. And again, we'll add it to the permanent list there. So if it's like a solid big cap, like even like a Caterpillar, but again, I think Caterpillar used to be on it at one point. I've changed it around several times since we had started. And yeah, I kind of like this list right here. But like I said, Boeing, I don't ever really trade Boeing, to be honest, which I guess it's a good one to look at because it's aerospace and defense and it's a big company. DJT kind of gives us an idea sometimes if the markets want to run. We know if DJT starts curling up pretty nice, the markets are going to look good. Phunware, I mean, that just runs off of DJT for whatever. It was looking really good, though. Let's look at it. We'll go through these. Yeah, Phunware is not that great. That one used to be a lot of fun. McDonald's is a good one, I have to say. It did pull back there. Remember I said yesterday, I don't think it's getting through that MACD right there for MCD, and it did exactly that. So there you go with that look. Anyway, let's roll right through and see. We were on Netflix, and we went all over the place after that. Get back to the semiconductors here. AVGO getting set back up. MU running back up big today. Look at that thing's a monster today. Looking great. And how about your TSM going to its all-time highs? Luis Rodriguez was saying it was happening. SMCI, I've been saying it looked good, and that ran up. And AMD is running up as well. And I have a feeling this one might get really set up this week, guys. So that one could be a great opportunity. I got some bunch of options on that guy. And Qualcomm right here. QCOM as well. That one's just pulling back. Remember, that one ran up already, and we'll have to get that set back up there. And Snow hasn't been looking too bad right here. As you can see, that one's running up. So keep an eye on good old Snow. And PayPal right here. Let's see. Yeah, it's down a little bit, and I mean, it looks like it's going to bounce off of that. If I had to guess, I would say it's bouncing. And again, that might be more of a guess. Let me move this over there so it's not bothering me. And here we go. Let me look at PayPal a little better here so we can get a better idea. Yeah, it could get rolled off right there. It looks pretty good in that after hour look. So I would watch PayPal to try to roll off there tomorrow. Intel is moving back up today. And look at these green candles on a government shutdown, guys. I mean, could you imagine that happening today? I honestly didn't think it was going to rock and roll like that. We knew it was going to pull back some. It was red early, and then boop, it just turned around again. We did the morning show, and I was showing you guys exactly when the market turns every single day if it's going to do it, and it did it today. So, and look, here, we'll break it down real quick. Here you go. And look at that bad boy. Remember I said if you don't get that spike up right there, watch for these bottoms, and there you go. It ran up. So it was pretty solid, and you got a little run up, a pullback, and there was your bottom. I mean, that thing was bouncing right there, and it was right around 9:30, guys. So take a look when that market opens. I'm telling you, you can get this one was a little closer to 10, it looks like. Yeah, it definitely was. I remember it did pull back early when it first opened, and then they got set up and moving. So, yeah, just like I said, if you didn't watch today's morning show, check it out. We did it from 9 to 10:30, but you can just skip through and check out the minute charts. I was explaining exactly what I look at and some of the patterns I've been picking up on them. And Dell, another one blasting up there pretty big and looking good. IBM, another one that's been running up looking good. And Palantir, we did like that one, and that one's setting back up to get cruising along. Sophie, here you go with Sophie. It was down. Remember, we didn't like it? It was trying to spike up there. I did see it, and bam, it's coming back down. So that's Sophie, and I did say be careful of that one. What is Marriott doing? That one's kind of pulling back now. That thing was setting up pretty nice, and then all of a sudden it just like died off for some reason. But we were trying to go to Marriott, and that thing is getting ready to blast off again. Look at it on that support line. And Riot down a little bit, but another one should get rolled off the MACD, especially as crypto is cruising. And here's your clean spark, kind of the same look. And this could get pulled back a little bit to get rolled off for clean spark. And MicroStrategy was up pretty big today, $16. And Sayer is getting ready to go cruising right there. And let's see what the rest of our list looks like. Robinhood was pulled back a little bit. It jumped up early, and then it did pull back there. It's in the top. We'll see if it wants to maintain. I'm not sure it does. Coinbase was running up, though. Remember, we were talking about Coinbase looking good, and Bull did pull back. I thought Bull was starting to look good, but it ran up for us from here and then obviously kind of topped out. Just watch for it on that 20 to get set back up off the MACD. Nothing crazy right there for Bull. And here is Virgin Galactic Space. It was running up a little bit. Looks like it had a little pullback, but I know it was spiking up there, and that's getting set up. Good old Boeing down a little bit. Actually, it's not even down. It's just trying to get set back up. It had been pulling back a lot, and now you're finally getting to see it. Try to get to the MACD. It does look like it should break through and get back onto that trend line and start jumping back up for Boeing. And DJT right here, that is, how's it look? How does that look like? It's coming down here to try to get set back up to me. And DJT is, yeah, I think that still has a little bit of pullback in it. And again, we could see these things jump around for like a week or two or so, and why we have a government shutdown. But there's plenty of them set up that are rocking and rolling right now. It's pretty bizarre. And Phunware right here, not looking that great. Actually, I mean, with that 20 and 50 meeting up right there, it doesn't look bad. It's just coming down hard on that MACD. I have to look at Phunware tomorrow. It's got like a mixed look right there. Look at it. It's trying. It almost looks like it's going to pull itself up and rip tomorrow. So I'm not sure, but I don't expect it to. But the 20 and 50 meeting up, I don't know. I got to take a look at Fun and see what it's doing. We were just talking about it, saying it's not great, and now it looks all crazy. McDonald's pulling back. We were just talking about it. And Disney right here is just kind of hanging out and not so sure it's ready to get ripping there. It did pop up there, and Disney could have a little bit of pullback. We looked at Oxy and ExxonMobil, and that Oxy looks crazy right there. And ExxonMobil, a little pullback. And there you go with them bad boys. And let's see what you guys want to see. So let me see where we let me see where I left off here. And Zach, you're welcome for the RR coverage. That's Rich Tech Robotics. And that was looking pretty good. And it was Zach that did like it, not Sam. Sam liked, I'm trying to remember which one Sam liked. Shit, why can't I think of it? I forget. I'm completely drawing a blank. I don't remember. ARM was up today. I saw that, Luis Rodriguez. Take a look at ARM. I meant to mention that to you earlier, as a matter of fact. And so, yeah, ARM, it just, I don't know how, it just popped into my head. I'm just sitting here and I go, wait, I never mentioned ARM. And that one looks pretty good to get set up right there. So there you are. And let's see. Let's go with this is for each day that you could Google it also. And Michael Anthony was shocked the market went up. And to be more overbought, and he thinks that the data was also bad this morning. That just can't understand how this. Michael Anthony, I tried to explain it to you. You don't want to listen ever, I don't think, but it's okay. One of these days we'll get through to you. You'll start listening. But I did break it down exactly what's going on with the markets and that data and the unemployment and the employment numbers. They're never going to be better, guys. Exactly what I've been telling you for months and months and months. The Walmart CEO, they're the biggest employer in the country for sure, probably the freaking world, I'd imagine. And he said, yeah, guess what, guys? We're growing pretty astronomically, and we're not hiring a single soul for a long time. AI is taking your jobs, guys. So get used to it. It's not that the companies aren't making money, Michael Anthony. These companies are doing great. You know why? They can get rid of all their employees now. Now they have way less overhead. They're not paying vacation time. They don't got people bitching about things, calling out sick, taking vacations, holidays, this and that, not showing up to work and not working, and all that good stuff. They don't have to worry about any of it. You know what else they don't have to do? Pay benefits and, have a big office and all these things that companies have and have had their entire lives. They don't need it anymore. You don't need shit. All you need is a couple computers, some AI stuff set up. You hire a consultant company that does it. They set it all up for you. And now all of a sudden you just got rid of like 10,000 employees because 4 machines can do everything that they could do. But not only can it can do it better than them. And not only can it do it better than them, it can do it 24/7, 365. It's a no-brainer. And so there you go, Michael Anthony. So that's what's going on. And that, I'm telling you, we're getting to be in one of, I'll call it a balloon. It's not a bubble. It's a balloon, and it's just getting blown up. And it's just the beginning of the AI, guys. This thing's going to get cruising. And like I keep telling you, Trump, they have an agenda. You know damn well by next summertime as well. This market's not coming having any major crazy crashes or anything from this time until next year around this time and past this time, next holiday season, because next year is the midterms and in November. And you're going to see markets at its all-time highs, of course, ripping in there. And again, watch for the summertime, guys. You're going to see your cannabis probably become federally legalized. And once they do that, you don't even have to worry about the Banking Act. But if they don't federally legalize it, they'll change around the whole Safe Banking Act. They'll implement that so that the cannabis companies can now use the banking system, get tax breaks, and all that good stuff. And they can run like a normal company. And then they can hire a bunch of AI and do their jobs. But anyway, so yeah, that's about to happen. You're going to see that probably, I would say, closer to the summer, I would imagine. Big cannabis reforms are going to come, guys. And again, you saw the video the other day, how Trump promoting the CBD in the healthcare industry to the seniors. And it's just, get it into their heads that it's safe. And again, they take medicine from doctors, this pharmaceutical shit. I mean, they shouldn't even be worried about cannabis. That's for damn sure. If they're willing to take all the pharmaceutical stuff, they shouldn't even cannabis shouldn't even phase them. But again, these people were raised to think that cannabis was the devil. And again, guess what that was from? That was all money, lobbyist type thing from the government as well. So there you go. Trust the government often, huh? One of the best things in the world. Now they tell you every single living organism has a endocannabinoid system, and you need cannabis to help that endocannabinoid system. No shit, people. They've known about that for decades. I've known about it for a pretty damn long time. I'm not gonna lie. And so yeah, it's pretty bizarre. They'll tell you what they want to tell you. That's why you can't trust many things and sources and people. They don't even know what they're talking about. And especially the government, they just feed you all the bullshit that you want to hear, and then they do whatever they want behind the closed doors. So that's just the way we're, guys. If you usually want to listen to something interesting, I'm telling you, I posted out an interview today, and I'm not even a Tucker Carlson fan. It might have been the very first interview I've ever listened of his. I mean, he's good. I'm not going to say he's bad or good. I mean, he does interviews. He's a good interviewer. He's obviously good. He was he on Fox or something? He was on huge networks. The guy's obviously good at what he does. But I'm not a big fan of him. I don't dislike him either. I just don't pay attention to him. So anyway, I was just sitting there, and I like to listen to stuff when I'm trading and things. And I don't even know how it popped up. But what is the guy's name? I gotta look it up now and tell you. Because this guy, it was fascinating. I'm not gonna lie. I was pretty intrigued with what this guy was talking about, and he was a Republican. And I think I was more intrigued because I was like, this guy was a Pennsylvania representative at one point. Let me find it. Hold on one second. I'll tell you exactly what his name was. Curt Weldon. That's what his name is. And yeah, so he was supposed to become the chairman of the House Armed Services Committee, and then they had the feds went and raided his daughter's house, not even his house, his daughter's house, and apparently like destroyed her entire career. And they went in and they took out these boxes. And this is what he's telling the story. You got to listen to this interview. It's wild, guys. And he's telling the story. And again, he's running for election at this time. So he had already won 3 elections in landslides in PA. He was crushing it. So now the person running against him works under Hillary Clinton or has some kind of relationships under Hillary Clinton. I don't know exactly what it is. So you can watch the video and hear that. But anyway, so the FBI, they go and raid his daughter's house, not even his house, his daughter's house. They destroy her whole entire career. And he said, so Tucker Carlson says to him, he's like, so whatever happened with your daughter? He goes, nothing. He goes, they didn't even talk to her. He's like, they didn't even ask her a question. And Tucker's looking at him. He's like, yeah, they didn't ask her anything. They didn't talk to her. They didn't do anything. And Tucker goes, well, because he said they left with a bunch of boxes and stuff. And he goes, well, did they return the stuff? He goes, yeah, like 3 months later, they just showed up and dropped it all off. It was completely sealed like the day they took it. They didn't even look at it. They never interviewed her once, never asked her a question or anything. And yeah, he obviously, I think, and that same day he was saying they canceled the voting ads in that area. So the FBI is raiding his daughter's house, and they go ahead and cancel all the election ads for some reason. It's quite fascinating, guy. You got to listen to this shit and what goes on in this world. But this guy, he was part of a lot of the committees during 9/11 because he was he was I don't was he congressman? I don't even fucking know what he was, guys. To be honest with you, what was he? I'm not sure what he was because he was somewhere in politics. Let's put it that way. And yeah, he was from Pennsylvania, and I'm pretty sure he's a Republican. And but yeah, he was just. It's interesting. It's pretty fascinating the facts that but that they just the lengths. And again, guys, I think I'm so fascinated by it. I ran for an election. I smoked them. I destroyed them in the polls, guys. You don't understand. I never ran before in my life, and I'm beating everyone in the poll. I was like beating the mayor. I had more votes than everybody. It was wild. I'm telling you, we were watching the voting on the polls, and they were coming up, and everybody was like, "Holy shit!" And then all of a sudden, guys, roll out the mail-in ballots because there was like, I think they had over 1,500 more. I was like, I told you, they had more votes than registered voters. It's impossible to do it. But somehow my town figured it out, and nobody ever complained, and no one ever said anything because I filed a complaint and no one cared. So yeah, and I tell you how corrupt my area is, and yeah, that's exactly what. So I was completely fascinated by this. So yeah, he's saying that they go and raid his daughter's house. He's in the middle of this election. He said he landslide the previous one, so now he obviously loses, and now he's like out of government offices or government and stuff like that. But you got to listen to this guy. Just listen to this dude's like story and stuff. And again, it's just fascinated me, I have to say. And yeah, Tucker Carlson was really his face, his expressions are funny because he's listening. You can tell he's listening. He's just like moving his face all around. I don't think I've ever seen an interview that Tucker Carlson is. I've seen like clips of him online and stuff, but I don't think I've ever watched a full interview or even a half an interview he's done. But it was good. It was really, like I said, I just had it on in the background while I was sitting here trading this morning. Actually, I put it on after I had the show. I went out into the shed, and that's what I do. And then I put something on. It's usually CNR, but it was pretty early, so they weren't even on yet. And I was like, oh, this is like an hour. I'll listen to this. And so yeah, I was just listening to this guy, and it was pretty fascinating. So you guys can check that out. I posted it out, and it's just an interesting interview. And like I said, Tucker Carlson was good. First interview I think I ever heard from him. So interesting stuff right there if you want to check that out. And let's see what else is going on. Yeah, I was more fascinated, I think, about that whole political story and how it went down. I'm like, yeah, I know stories like that. I lived through something. I didn't get rated or anything, but I've seen corruption at its finest, believe me. And so yeah, I told everybody, if you want to see some crazy effed up shit, go ahead and run for politics, because they have to give you a badge, and you're allowed to be in the polls the entire day. You're allowed to challenge any voter you would like, as a matter of fact, if you're running in an election. So yeah, you get a special badge and stuff that you're allowed to be in the polls and anywhere you want to be, and for as long as you want to be. You're not allowed to obviously campaign or anything, but you're not even really supposed to talk to the people, but you can go over and challenge any person or do that kind of stuff. But just the stuff that you see, guys, it's fascinating. I mean, I ran in 2 elections. The second time I was right, I'd already signed up before I got hit in the head. And I ran an election after I just got smashed in the head with a 10-ton jack with the pressure of a 2-star. I don't even remember what happened in that election, to be honest with you. I have no idea. And I know they cheated to beat me on that one too. They couldn't beat me in town if they tried. I know that for a fact. Just because I've lived here my whole life, and these people are so corrupt that everyone knows that I'm what I do, honestly. And yeah, so they have to have the mail-in ballot. It's going to be interesting though if they ever get rid of mail-in ballots. I would run again in a heartbeat, because I would landslide them. It would be so much fun to landslide them in the polls and them not be able to come out with all this bullshit mail-in ballot nonsense. And yeah, it would be so exciting. But I don't know if that'll ever happen again. They should get rid of that shit and mail-in ballots. Yeah, obviously, it was set up for a way to cheat. They've caught so many. After you catch like 10 people, 10 different ways cheating, I think it might be a good reason to get rid of that system. and make people show up at the polls. You know who gets a mail-in ballot? The same people that always have. You're military, you're active military, you're not in the country. If you are disabled and you can't make it, of course, you can have a mail-in ballot. And everybody else, guys, guess what? You make it to the grocery store, the doctor's offices, and everywhere else to go to the corner store to get whatever you want. You can show up at a voting booth with an ID and vote. And so, yeah, that's the way it should be. And that's the only way it should be, to be honest with you, because it's the only way you could ever really have a fair election. Once they start pulling out them mail-in ballots, forget about it, guys. It's insanity what goes on. And again, you live in a corrupt area like me, you don't stand a chance. So I ran more for the experience. I definitely wanted to do it, and I would do it again. I don't really care. I enjoy it. I get into it and destroy people. And it's fun for me. I don't care. I have pretty thick skin. You could say whatever. I walked the entire town and campaign, and I wasn't doing it this time, clearly, because I don't have the time to do it, and I didn't. Again, and unless they're getting rid of mail-in ballots, guys, I don't think it's even worth it for me, because I'm just gonna. I spend a lot of time and money and effort, and I know what the outcome's already going to be, and I could tell you almost the spread of it, what it's going to be before it even happens. And so, yeah, it's not really worth it at that point. But anyway, let's keep on cruising back. Keep on cruising through here. Dell did run right there. And let me see what else. And what am I missed right here? Who to you vote for? And like, this two parties need to work together to help all people in the United States and stop all of Michael Anthony, I agree 100% with you. I don't understand why they don't just go, all right, look, this is the way the country runs. There's clearly a two-party system, and one party is going to usually be in the lead at one point. That's how it works. One party is going to be the winning party. The other party is not going to be the winning party at that moment. And it's going to probably flip-flop back and forth, because it's a 50-50 chance of you guys winning and losing. So, but in the meantime, can we all work together so we can make this country run? And that's where it's all gone completely to hell, Michael Anthony, because everybody, so if the one part is, and it doesn't matter, I'm just going to throw an example out. If the Democrats want to do something, the Republicans ain't voting for it. The Republicans want to do something, Democrats ain't voting for it. They just sit there and bicker and fight. Nobody can come up with a goddamn solution to save their lives. And you know what we all do? We sit back and watch this nonsense all the time, and then we pay for it all. And then we're like, what is going on? And then, like I said last night, and then all these politicians end up multimillionaires. Did you guys go to work today and look around at your team and see the people that make pretty decent money, and none of them are multimillionaires? And then when you go into politics, they make the same kind of money, guys. They ain't making a whole lot. Trust me. They're all multimillionaires somehow. So figure that one out. I don't know, but you get into politics, you end up a multimillionaire. And but you can end up an engineer and you can make the same amount of money, but you don't become that multi-millionaire. It's fascinating, isn't it? Anyone think about that today when I was saying that last night? Because I think about that shit all the time. Anyway, our private school started teaching Laptop Travel's daughter about menstruation in 4th grade without any notice ahead of time. I felt like the daughter's innocence was stolen for a moment, and had no chance to prepare. Yeah, that's pretty wild. Although Laptop Travel, I bet some of the girls, they're like 9, 10 years. I'm telling you, they get their menstrual cycle at such young ages today. And clearly it's all the bullshit in our foods and the hormones and all that. It gets younger and younger and younger. It used to be like, what, 15, 6? I don't really remember, 13 or something. I'm telling you, they get it. I've coached, and again, I know because I've coached a softball team and had a whole slew of girls all the time coaching them. And yeah, it was wild. Like, it was kind of crazy. It was super young. My daughter was super young. I know that. So yeah, it's right around that age. I'm not going to lie, Laptop Travel. It's kind of bizarre, but you would still like to know what your school, if they're talking about that kind of thing anyway, especially in 4th grade. Like, hey, we're just just giving the kids a heads up, because we run into this issue sometimes in our school with them aged children. So we have to kind of brief them on it, just so everybody doesn't panic and, think it's a little crazy. We have a fun way to do it. Not a fun way, but a friendly way to do it, and everybody's okay. But they should definitely tell you about that. I agree. Yeah, it's crazy, guys. And this is what I talk about. These teachers are just like, they just talk, it's nuts. and especially in public school, it's really crazy. Anyway, Bolt Projects was looking good today, and that was running up there. We were looking at that last night, and that one ran up, 702% for the 4 a.m. crew right there. And yeah, we were looking at that last night. Remember Bolt Projects, BSLK? And there you go. And that was running up there this morning, hitting the 50. It still looks pretty good. Laptop Travel. I'd keep that on your list for tomorrow for sure. And let's see what else is happening. Deep Salt Diving, how you been? And you think it was grade 4 or 5 that you received the education in the 80s too. So yeah, but yeah, I agree. I think it's right around that age, but I definitely think that should be something that a letter gets sent out to the parents, giving them a heads up, because you know what happens if you don't? Your daughter comes home and starts asking you questions, and like you just said, you're not prepared. You have no idea that you're this is coming on to you, this conversation. And it's one of them conversations that you'd rather have a little preparation ahead of time and know that it's coming. And they could easily make you aware that it's probably going to be coming when the kid comes home. Or you can initiate the conversation, because now that you know that they were taught this in school, it's something that you can kind of ease in and talk to them, because now they just had a little information about it. Yeah, they should be alerting you guys. I mean, I agree 100%. So yeah, totally agree. And yeah, I agree. Just wanted to be prepared so you could have the talk first, or have some control. That's what I'm saying, Lab. Or just have a heads up that this is going to be happening at school this day. So now when she comes home, you're ready. Or again, in the morning, you can say, hey, they may be doing a little bit of different conversation today. So I'm just going to give you a quick rundown and tell you what it might be about. And because you already know, and you have whatever way you want to talk to your child and explain it, you have your ways and you have your bonds and things. So it's easier for you, rather than come home from school and saying, guess what, Dad? I learned about my menstrual cycle. And you're like, well, what? And now you're trying to reel in your thoughts and try to figure that conversation out. So yeah, can they give you a little heads up right there? I mean, it's kind of crazy. And you don't like the school's agendas, which run counter to I agree 100%. Laptop Travel, they do. And I'm telling you, and you're in a private school, I'm actually surprised, to be honest with you, because they usually do kind of tell you. If it was a public school, I wouldn't be surprised at all. In public school, did you know I don't know if it's in every state. I know in New Jersey, in public schools, the kids are allowed to tell the teachers that they want like a whole different identity. And then the teachers are not allowed to tell the parents, and they have to go by that identity at school. So like, say your daughter wants to be a boy and be called Bob, and so she can go to school, tell her teachers, I'm a boy and I want to be called Bob. And they're going to call her a boy. They're going to call her Bob and say she's a boy, and you're never going to have a fucking clue unless somebody from the inside that place tells you that they knew about it. And yeah, that's crazy, guys. How wild is that? So yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it's a law. I know it's a law in New Jersey, and I live in a crazy state. They're fucking idiots. But yeah, that's a law. Can you imagine that happening, guys? And or maybe it was I don't know. Maybe it was federal, and then that was one of the things that Trump took away at the beginning. I really don't know, to be honest with you. I just know it's around here. That is 100%. I know for a fact. So it is crazy right there. And let's see, ABCL. What is that up to right here? Absolera. Will run soon. I'd say it's running soon. D5423D right there. Do you think ABCL will still run? Oh, still run. I thought it said run soon. I'm like, wait a second. That thing is running right now, isn't it? Hold on. Let me see. I'm telling you, I can't really read, guys. It's bizarre. It's hitting that resistance, but it's right in the top right there. I think it will. It bumped up right there in the after hours. Where's 641? It's got to be over that, right? 643 right there. Where are we at right here? Let me do this real quick. Yeah, it looks like it's running up some more in the morning right there. D5423 day. And again, locking those profits on them spike ups on them. So if they pop up 2 days, 3 days, definitely be locking them in on the way up, especially on green candles like this. You don't see them every single day. So take advantage of them, guys, and make your account look a little bigger, because that's exactly what you're doing. And if you don't do that, you're just going to watch it go up and come back down, and you're going to say, well, my account was way up, and now it's coming back down. So yeah, take them profits off the table when you need to. And let's see. Oh, Luis Rodriguez was tuning in from his car right there. And let's see what else is going on here. And you listen to the morning show in the car, Robin. That's cool. I appreciate it. And I appreciate everybody that hangs out. And that's awesome. You guys listen to it on your way to work and driving around. That's fun. And that's why I try to keep it at least entertaining and a good time. And we do talk about stock charts and economical stuff and obviously investing. So it's not like the greatest, the most exciting topic to talk about, but we try to make it pretty fun at least and talk about different things and go on little rants and things of that nature. Try to switch it up a little bit so you guys have a good time while you're listening. And I was talking about the protesters and stuff, and I don't. Oh wait, Deep Soul Diving, major city, lots of nuts, always protesters there. So Deep Soul Diving does see them, and so yeah, that's funny. I'm telling you, it's pretty bizarre. And maybe it happens more in like a woke state like New Jersey, like a Democratic state. I mean, like New Jersey, I said a woke state, a Democratic state like New Jersey. You might see that happen a little bit more, I bet. And again, it's just like all these woke people out there with all these crazy signs, and you don't even know what the hell they're even talking about. You don't even know what the signs say. I'm not even kidding. And they just waste their time out there. And then they post about it all week that they're getting ready to protest. And I'm like, who has time for this? Like, who has time to even be posting about it, let alone go out there every week and do it? So it's interesting, but we were talking about that. And yeah, that ABCL, definitely look at that in the morning. It should be running up there some more. And let's see what's going on. You got here after Michael Anthony. That is a first, Luis Rodriguez. You're right. Michael Anthony copped on early today, and Bitcoin flirting with 119 right now, and it certainly is going to get up there. It's going to get there probably in the morning, by the morning at least, right there. That looks real good. And at least 150 basis point cut before the end of the year, guaranteed by Luis Rodriguez. I think it's going to be the later one, not this one. We'll look at the charts though, and we'll keep an eye on it and see. But obviously, that's looking pretty. I mean, we still have like weeks away, so this day could run up here, curl back down, and then obviously this bad boy. Where is it? The decrease, yeah, the dark one right here. That could curl up. So I think I was saying if they do, they'll meet right around that 40% area, and then we'll be able to tell. So we'll definitely be watching that. You know that. I love the poly market charts. And what were the two countries? Brazil and Germany. There's literally like two countries you can use that service in. Brazil and Germany, I think they were saying last night. How crazy is that? And they like advertise all. What's the point of advertising all over? You can only do it in two countries. So weird. And and it's so accurate too. That's what's so bizarre. Like that's very bizarre to me that they're that accurate, and you can only use these things in two countries. And I'm not even sure how much money they make, but whatever. And so here we go. And let's see. Okay, and then yeah, so nothing in Houston though. Robin, don't see the good old protesters. Deep Soul Diving did. And what do we think of UUU? This company of UPXI has something to do with Bitcoin or coin. I love Michael Anthony. Is he not the greatest, guys? I love him. He is so fun. UPXI, Michael. It's on the list every single day, Michael Anthony. I just went over it, and I tell you, this is actually the Solana treasury one. So this is the Solana crypto treasury is UPXI. And we also go through these, Michael Anthony. So if you want to jot them down real quick, BMNR right here is an Ethereum one. That's going to be really good. And SBET is another really good one right there. And that's another Ethereum one. And yeah, your UPXI definitely does have something to do with Bitcoin or coins. It is Solana. So Sol, SOL, and UPXI is the biggest Solana treasury right there. So UPXI builds $447 million Solana treasury and bets on AI-driven alpha. I mean, they're going to make a fortune, guys. Holy cow. Like I tell you, Solana may be your biggest runner in this crypto run, and I know I've been telling you that for a while. So you guys can probably see what's about to happen to that. Ethereum's going to do well too. Don't get me wrong. Solana just might do a little bit bigger, a couple more times more. That's all. Solana, Ethereum is going to run up. Bitcoin's going to. They're all running up. I told you, buy Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and Ripple. They're the four you need to have, Michael Anthony. So, what does Yeah, so that's what UPXI is doing, Michael Anthony, and we'll check out UUU right there. Universal Safety Products. That one could pull back a little bit. I know we were looking at this Energy Fuels before, and that one could pop back up right there. So keep an eye on that one. Sophie's pulling back, as a matter of fact, Michael Anthony. We were talking about that. And it does look like you might have some more pullback maybe to that 50 area. So just keep your eyes on that one. And does that Elon post help any other stock go up? Which one? The one where he posted about Netflix sell your Netflix or cancel it? I mean, nah, I don't think anybody's jumping Netflix and just signing up for anything else. I think people will just cancel their Netflix for a little while, and then they'll end up going back to it when they need to watch, like, if they would. Does Netflix have like the Christmas game or something? Don't they have like a football game, like a weird one, or is that Amazon? I don't even know, guys, but yeah, they'll sign up for it when they have something good. And then that'll be that. But yeah, it's gonna get pounced on right now while Elon's out there talking about everyone to sell it. And I will check this out after the show, guys. I'll be checking out this show. The hell was it again? Oh, what was it? I forget what it was called. I forget. Oh, it was down here. Dead End Paranormal Park, which he claimed was pushing trans ideology to children. So I'll check it out and see what it has going on that show. And if the posts are accurate or not, like I said, I have no idea. I never even heard of the show at all. I don't know what it's about. I have no clue. So I'll check it out so I can comment back and report back to you guys and let you guys know what the hell the issue is there. So I'll let you know. But in the meantime, it does look like Netflix might be coming down a little bit. So there you are. And that Bear ETF looks like that trade is over and might need to buy the bull instead. What one were you talking about? I don't know. We flew through a bunch. What, the Netflix one? This one right here. You were probably talking about this because I did look at it. NFXS. You think that one looks like it's over? I don't know about that. That one's getting curled up right there. Your 20 is going to shoot it up in the air. If anything, a tiny little pullback, but I doubt it. Just the way it looks like it should try to continue its way up. We'll look tomorrow. And if Elon continues to post, guys, that one's going to go up some more because I'm telling you, Netflix will continue to dip down there. And let's see ASX right here. Let's see what it's doing. That's going to get set up. Give it a couple days here. It's way down there. It's got to get set up and back up here. So just watch for any dips down here, possibly in the high 10s. Louis Rodriguez, Michael Anthony, look for any dips down there, and then just wait for it because I think you have a little bit of time, to be honest, because it's got to get set up here, and then your 20 is going to try to. It looks like it's going to hold it down at the moment. I have to look at this one tomorrow, ASX. But it does look like it wants to pull back, or just sit right here for a moment. Maybe it doesn't have a big pullback, and it just sits in this channel right here as it tries to get set up. So that's what it looks like at the moment. Trust Wallet turns profits, adds Solana, targets 1 billion users. I have a Trust Wallet. That was the first wallet I ever got, Michael Anthony. So a Trust Wallet is it's just a wallet that you can download on as an app. And that's how you can buy crypto. Let's put it that way. It was one of the very first wallets, to be honest with you. It was the Trust Wallet, and I definitely have one, and I still have coins in it from I don't even know how long ago, guys. It was freaking long time. I'm looking for it right now. Where is that thing? Where is the Trust Wallet? I think it's inside of a here it is, Trust. Yep. I have to update it. It doesn't want to open. I haven't updated in a while. Anyway, yeah. So Trust Wallet, that's all it is, Michael Anthony. You can go on. You can download a Trust Wallet in the App Store. Sign in, fill out your info, and then you can go into there and you can purchase crypto. And you can also use that Trust Wallet to hold crypto. So say you purchase crypto, and I'm just going to give you a quick example. You use Coinbase to buy your crypto and sell it, and you want to hold some somewhere else. So just in case some shit happened with Coinbase, you didn't have everything locked up. You could transfer some crypto to your wallet and stake it in there or hold it in there, and different things that people do. So just different ways to purchase and trade crypto, really. And most coins use the Trust Wallet. Like I said, it was one of the very first ones. I remember it was the first wallet I had gotten and started using it to buy stuff. So I'm positive I had the Trust Wallet before I had Coinbase. I'm almost positive. So that's all that is, Michael Anthony. So yeah, if Michael Anthony, I'll be honest with you, if you're going to buy crypto, sign up for Coinbase and just do it through Coinbase. It's by far the best platform in America to do it. Let's put it that way. Binance is probably the best global one, but Coinbase is really, really good, and you can use that, and it's safe, and you don't really have to worry a whole lot. So that's my suggestion. If anybody's trying to get into crypto, don't know where to even begin, clearly you can always send me a DM and ask anything you want. I'll steer you right in the right direction, down the right path, that's for sure. But yeah, if you're just starting out and you want to get some crypto, some Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, Ripple, anything of that nature that we go over, start it on Coinbase. It's easy to set up. It will take you a few days though, because you got to set up your banking with it and get approved and all that stuff. I don't know how long it takes. I remember last time the cycle started running, I remember people were saying it would take like 2-3 weeks for them to get approved to get a Coinbase account, because it was just so crazy in that last cycle. So just a little heads up, if you're thinking about it, just sign up for Coinbase. It's obviously free, and get yourself approved in there, and then you can go ahead and move some money in there, and then you can start buying crypto. So that is my best suggestion. If anybody is not into crypto yet and is trying to get into it, that's the first place you want to start for sure. So I hope that helped out. And Sam, he likes Sam right here. Is that your name, Deep Soul Diving? Is your name Sam? But I know Luis Rodriguez like this, and it is jumping up there. So that was popping up, and you were all over that one, Luis Rodriguez, on that SAM, Samuel Adams right there. And let's see, the company news on Trust Wallet was under PayPal headline news. Let's see. PayPal is getting into the crypto space with Google, I believe. We're doing something with Google like that. Here you go. Let's see what it says here for you. Michael Anthony. I almost keep calling you Luis Rodriguez for some reason, but here we'll look at it real quick and see. That's the CEO of the Trust Wallet right there. And let me just see. I'll have to read it because it'll take me a while. It's not really an easy read right here for me, that's for sure. And I don't even know what it's saying, but I'll go through and check it out. But that's what a Trust Wallet is, and they're just telling you, hey, if you want to make money, go ahead and buy some crypto, stick it in here because the shit's going up. That's basically what they're probably telling you. It's not really an investing thing, not that I know of, but yeah, it's just you put your stuff in there. That's it, and your crypto. So anyway, that's what that is, and I'll check out that article and try to read through it. And MU right there, that was a monster, huh? And Michael Anthony said 150,000 jobs will be lost each day. That will hit 1 million by Monday. Oh yeah, and then you might even get Trump that just fires like 100,000 people. Michael Anthony, I'm not even kidding. He can do it now, and no one's going to stop him. The government's shut down. He can do whatever he wants. That's why I didn't understand what they were doing. I said, did they realize they're just going to hand them all the power? They can't do shit. He can do whatever he wants now. It's kind of crazy, guys. I don't think anyone thinks over there, and that's what I was talking about earlier. Those chasing will take a loss in the long run. Like Powell said, these markets are overbought, and that AI has been here since 1980s, and wake up. Well, if you believe anything that Powell says, Michael Anthony, you might be in trouble right there. I'm just going to put that on the screen so everyone can read it, because I'm telling you right now, AI, okay, artificial intelligence, they've talked about it for a long time, about it coming out, and maybe they started developing it in the 80s. Maybe. It's a different AI, Michael Anthony. We're talking about an artificial intelligence now that can literally replace every single employee at every single job. They couldn't do that in the 80s. Trust me. They had no technology like that. It would have never happened. And this is a whole, and Powell doesn't know what he's talking about. Clearly, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He should have dropped the rates 5 months ago. It's going to blow up in his face, Michael Anthony. Trust me. He's about to get pounded. And because he doesn't realize, they just don't realize what they're doing. I'm telling you right now, they're idiots. They are complete morons. Them rates should have been cut back 5 months ago. They should have waited 2 months, reevaluated it, and then probably cut it again and then came into this. But no, they wanted to play political games and go, we're going to speculate if tariffs are going to hurt us or if this. Guys, I'm not speculating anything. Just look at the fucking chart and it tells you exactly what you need to do at every moment. And they can't do it. They can't do it. They don't have the skill. I don't know if they don't have the knowledge. I don't know what's going on over there. But I clearly said it, and now it's blowing up in their face. So let it blow up. Just like I told you, it was going to blow up in the Democrats' face for letting it shut down. And there you go. Look at the market, Michael Anthony. When it go, remember, you said it yourself. You can't believe it's up here. This is a no-brainer right here. They're giving all this power to Trump, and then we know the rates are going to cut even more. And not one investor is even worried right now. Is anyone on this show worried? I don't think so. We already know it's going to keep running. It doesn't matter. It's just going to keep on going and keep on going and keep on going. And that's what we see, guys. That is called when you get into like a .com type bubble. Go back, Michael Anthony, and look at the charts going 1998 going into 1999 and just look at what happened. They're eerily similar to what is going on right now. Hasn't happened in a long time, but guess what? You're about to see something that we haven't seen in over 25 years. So pay attention because that's what's going to happen right there. And Grokflix, that would be great right there. Grokflix. And yeah, that would be great if Elon just made his own Netflix and just destroyed them too. That would be funny. And then why did that going up? Not sure what you were asking. And Luis Rodriguez did buy his SBET leaps today, so keep an eye on that. And Deepak, how are you this evening? And can we please take a look at ZEC? That's a crypto one, so let me hop on here and see if it'll pull it up for me. It does. And it's on Coinbase. I'm not familiar with Zcash, to be completely honest with you. It's not one that I mean, I had that spike up. I'd be careful. It could be pulling back right here. And what is it even at? $120? Yeah, I'd be a little careful after that spike up. I would have probably sold it right there. Somewhere's in this area is what I would have looked at. And obviously, you could have a little bit of pullback and run back up. You're going to have this thing pull back a little bit to set up. You can see it coming down. And maybe it'll bounce back up, but I'm just telling you, it ran up pretty good. I'm not saying it's not going to continue to run up, but that's what it looks like. Could have a little healthy pullback, find another spot on it, and then jumps back up. It had a nice little run up right there coming in. So that is what Zcash looks like right now at the moment. So I hope that helped right there. Deepak and ASML. Oh, man, look at that thing. Holy cow. ASML. Another monster right there, guys. I mean, look at these monsters going on. And this is crazy market. Like we said, we're in a government shutdown. We're watching the market go to all-time highs, and everything's completely set up. Anyone worried? Because I'm not. And then look at crypto. Holy cow, guys. Holy cow. So, yeah, maybe you see like a 1 or 2 week grace period here where we do see a little pullback. And then, I mean, once we get into like towards the end of October, these things should be going nutty, guys. Into November, December, we should have some really solid holidays coming up, guys. And everybody should have a great holiday. Let's put it that way. Like, I know Rob and Joseph Levy and everybody else, Sam and the whole crew, everyone getting involved. Doge Mama 9. Everybody just start picking them out. They're moving up. And again, just lock in these profits as they go up. If they go up a little higher, it goes up a little higher. You don't stress about it. You just pick the next play, and then you make money on that one. And if you just keep doing that each day, then you will be perfectly fine. Yeah, SMCI was beautiful right there and cruising up. Remember, we were talking about that, getting set up into that 20, and that's ripping up, and that wants to go even higher as well. So, yeah, we have most of these guys, the computer hardware and even the semiconductors like MU, they're cruising. And that's all you need to happen when you have a government shutdown and you want to make the markets rip. You get these things to start ripping. And when these guys pull back, that's when you'll see the Mag 7 start popping back up, like your Meta and them guys that are pulling back a little bit. Then they'll carry the load. That's why I said we'll make sure that we follow that bottom and make sure we know exactly where it's at for everything, so we can get into these bad boys. That RVYL was still running up a little. Remember, we were mentioning that the other day. And let's see what else is going on in our news. Asian shares gain tech rallies on Samsung OpenAI. Not sure. S&P 500 rises to record after government shuts down and stuff. How do you think the Democrats feel about that right now, guys? I mean, the markets ran to its all. They wanted to shut the government down so they can make a point, and it just runs to its all-time highs, and everyone just keeps on moving along like nothing even happened. It's crazy. I'm telling you what was going to happen, guys. These guys are, I don't know who's advising them over there. It just doesn't make sense. S&P 500, stock futures, a little change as investors look past government shutdown. I haven't read any of these, guys. Like I told you, it wasn't phasing anybody. How Trump could use a shutdown to turbocharge his agenda. Are these people listening to the show? And so there you go. I've already talked about this. I guarantee it just tells you stuff I've already talked about. I won't even, you guys can go look at it. I guarantee it talks about him just like laying off people, doing crazy things. They just gave him all the power, guys. He could do whatever he wants now. It's insane what they just did. I don't think they even have a clue what is going on in this. I think like AOC or something runs the whole party, and she's as dumb as a box of rocks. So I don't know what they do, and it's a completely stupid agenda. They don't make sense. And I said it before, be prepared for a Republican Party to be in office for a long time, guys, because they had just smoked. They just imploded the entire. I mean, they got knocked out during the last election, and then you would think you tried to put it back together and make it a little better, learn from them mistakes. They keep making the mistakes 100 times worse. I mean, I don't even. It's mind-boggling what's going on, guys. When you think about it and sit down and try to dissect what these guys are doing, it'll just make your head spin. And again, I love this kind of stuff, so you know I'm all about it and checking it all out. It's the one thing I can do. And in hindsight, right here, HIND, we're not in hindsight. We are in front sight right here. And yeah, looking great. Who said that? Louis Rodriguez. HIND, Viome Holdings, a biotech company. Not even sure what the heck they even do. They acquired MIT AI spin-out, so now they got some kind of AI company. And yeah, it looks really good for that one. And strategy is on fire right there. MSTR, along with Bitcoin, yeah, is running up some more in the after hours. Oh, Lockheed Martin, what's that up to? It might hit that resistance and come down a little bit right there. And UNH was looking pretty good. We looked at that earlier. And let's see. The point is, nobody gives a shit. Exactly. No one cares. They don't care if you're trans. They don't care if you fucking shut down the government. They don't care about anything, guys. It doesn't matter. Treat people with respect. Be friendly to people. Be nice. Be happy. Smile, wave, do whatever. Nobody gives a shit. And when you start like harping on people about this stuff, it makes them angry, because I'm telling you, I'm probably the most relaxed, chill person you could ever meet. And whenever I hear this stuff, it drives me berserk. You can see how passionate and crazy I get. I want to just like smack people in the head. I'm like, how you can't think like this in this country. It does not work. It's not in this country, anywhere in the world. And I explained it. I said it, I posted it out, and I said it last night. There's no other country in the world, we'll include all the aliens and the planets too. Who cares? We don't even know what they do in there. Include them all, because there's nobody in this galaxy, guys, that would say, we're going to shut down our government and not pay our citizens so that we can have people that aren't citizens come in and have free health care. Where does it make sense? Who the hell would say, yeah, oh, I signed up for that, let's do it? It's bizarre, guys. It's really bizarre. That's the only way you need to look at it. It's real simple like that. So I would say, yeah, no one gives a shit. Just be friendly, be nice. No one cares if you're trans. No one cares if you're gay. No one cares about any of it, guys. I promise you. People, I mean, back in the day, like when we grew up, people would like call you like fag and gay and all that crazy stuff. And that all went away, guys. And people are just friendly. You go to kids' schools now. Okay, when we grew up, I grew up. I'm an '80s baby, so I grew up. I was born in 1980, and obviously I went to school in the '90s, like middle school, all that good stuff. I graduated '98, so there you go. And yeah, it was a lot different back then. People would bust your balls about that stuff. They'd call you gay, fag, whatever. They don't do that stuff anymore. Everybody is totally accepted of it. If you go to schools today and talk to these kids, like half of them have all gone through a stage. And this is actually kind of crazy too, guys. And listen to this stage. I'll tell you a funny story from my daughter. They go through the stage, every single kid now, because of social media. Every single kid not every, I'll say 90% of these kids, they go through the stage where they end up like changing their identity. Like we'll just say like some really like, a normal girl that does normal girl things is all of a sudden trying to dress like a boy. And we were talking about this before, and they can go to school like this and tell the teachers have to accept them, blah, blah, blah. But the crazy thing is, this is where it gets funny. So my daughter was just telling us this the other day. One of her friends, they call her by her nickname, and she's like, they're pretty girls, whatever. They're 16, they're growing up, and they call her by this. I forget what the nickname is. It's like this weird ass nickname, and my wife was like, "Why did they call her that?" And she's like, "Oh, that was her nickname. That was her name when she went through her weird phase." And that's what they call it. They just call it like a weird phase. And so yeah, she went through that phase where she wanted to be a boy, and then she took on this weird nickname, like a name, and then it became her nickname. So now this girl doesn't, and she's fine with it. Like that's what I guess she likes the nickname. I have no idea. But anyway, yeah, it's totally normal, guys, for guys and girls to go through this weird phase now. I mean, can you imagine now? And this is why I brought up when I grew up and this time frame. A lot of you guys maybe my age, a little older, younger, wherever in the time frames, but put yourself back in the 90s, and you're growing up, and you have everybody going through a phase where the boys want to dress like girls and have girls' names, and the girls want to dress like boys and have boys' names. That didn't happen, guys. It was just never ever, it wasn't happening. You'd probably get beat up and stuff for that stuff back then. I'm not saying that's okay. That's just the way life was. And so now everybody is completely acceptable and accepted, I mean. And yeah, if you go and see what these kids, they don't care about any of it. Trust me, they could care less. If they don't even care if you're a panda bear. Trust, they don't give a shit. They don't care about any of it. You can be half boy, half girl, and a quarter panda, and they'll be like, "Cool, you're cool. Come hang out." It's crazy. So yeah, it's not like it used to be, and that's why I don't understand. The more they point out the trans thing and drive it, it's almost like you're trying to bring too much attention to it. It's not a good idea. Just everybody's already accepted of it. It's perfectly fine. Nobody cares. I'm sure there's people that care. Don't get me wrong. And you're always going to offend people, but who gives a shit? Who cares what they think? Do what you do. Be nice to each other and go on your merry way. It's all you need to do. And you'll probably never see that person again, and it's perfectly fine. It's not a big deal in that anymore. And so yeah, I just don't get it. And that's where I get crazy, is where they drive that agenda. But how crazy is that, guys? So yeah, ask your kids if you have any kids. I would say like adolescent at this point, anywhere between like 12 and 18, 19. I bet you go probably all the way to like 20, 21s. They were all in that phase too. So yeah, go back and ask your kids and about their friends and stuff, if any of them have any weird nicknames from when they had their weird period of time or whatever. And again, it was like they wanted to dress as the opposite person and whatever they did. And I'm going to be honest, I look at it as we had like that metal phase, that grunge phase, and all that stuff. Maybe it's the kind of same thing, just different times. Whatever. Who cares? Just be accepted. It does not matter. So yeah, that's why I don't understand it. And it's bizarre. But yeah, definitely ask your kids if they have any of them. If they or their friends have any of them weird things in their life. And that's what they call it. Oh, that was that weird time in her life, they say. I'm like, what? Weird time? What's that mean? She just wanted to be like a boy, And that's why, what's her nickname? I have to, was it like Maj or something? I think it was like Maj. It was something bizarre. Me and my wife were like, is that her last name? And she was like, my daughter was like, no, that's her nickname. And we're like, how'd they come up with that? And she said that was her name that she had when she had her weird phase. And she just kept it. What are you talking about? Weird phase. And she explained it to us. Like, she didn't even miss it. My daughter didn't even skip a beat. Like, it didn't even phase her. It seemed completely normal. Like, it happens every single day to my daughter. So yeah, they don't care. I trust me, they don't care. So SGML, let's go back to it. And that is hopping up there. What were you saying about that? You've been waiting for it to move. And yeah, it is going to try to move right there. Look at, even with your 50 bending now. I like this look here, guys. I try to blow it up for you a little bit, but I like when that 50 or the 20 curls up and your 50 curls down. You usually get some good movement like that because they try to separate each other, and you generally get a good pop up. So I do look for that. We haven't seen many of them, to be honest. They've been kind of riding normal. I won't say it's not abnormal, but you don't catch them as much. But usually when you see something like this, they do tend to want to run right there. So SGML, good right there. ETHU is the Ethereum one, 2-time. And yeah, this is another great one, guys, if you want to have a nice little longer term, not even that long because the cycle's about to start. Was have it what I just look at? Options. That's what I was trying. They do have some options on this bad boy right here. And this is an Ethereum 2-time ETF. So those of you, if you want to play in the crypto space and don't necessarily want to buy crypto, you can also do it like this. They have all these ETFs now, guys, that you can take advantage of as well. So you can play them any which way you really want to. And what is SOLT? I'm not even familiar. Oh, that's that 2-time Solana one. SOLT. You did mention that yesterday. And yeah, that was on the list yesterday. And another one we were talking, this thing's going to get up here in like the 30. It's a 25. It's they have options. All right, I'm buying options tomorrow on this bad boy right there. Let's put it that way. I'll get, what the heck did I just do? I just X'd it. Oh, no good. Yeah, definitely have to get some options on the SOLT. That's looking really good right there. Look at that thing. Holy cow. Talk about a curl up. That's going to get rocking and rolling. So, yeah, any of these things, guys, that are crypto related at the moment, they're getting set up. BIIB, was that jumped up today? Is that the one I saw? Yeah, that was jumping up today. Biogen. And I did see this one. That one's ripping. Looks like it's going to continue that momentum, as you can see over here. It is looking pretty nice right there. So BIIB is a good one for tomorrow. REGN is, what is that one? Regigen or something? REGN, I forget. Yeah, Regeneron or something like that. I don't know what it's called. And that's a pharmaceutical company. That looks pretty good. 601, where are we at up here? Right there. Hold on. Yeah, it's like, we'll look at it in the morning. This one is just hitting that resistance. It looks pretty strong, and it looks like it should continue. I mean, the markets look really good, but you can just see it hitting that right there, and it does have that resistance. And I could see it staying in this little channel to get popped up there for another little while. IBBB, a biotech ETF right here. That one's flying up. Not familiar with that one. And ABBV is Abvivi or something. Wow, look at that bad boy jumping up there in the healthcare. And that one's looking good. What was the one we were looking at? Abbott? What is that? Abbott? ABT, that was it. And that one, that took a nice little dip right there. It's coming in the earnings. Looks like it's going to be pulling back. I remember we were looking at it, and I think around here somewhere, because it was like a week or two ago, and it did run up a little bit for Abbott right there. And biotechs are ripping, I would say so, Luis Rodriguez, that's for sure. Let's see what's going on over here. Let me take a look and see. And there's that CJ. They did announce an offering, so that one's done. And that's why you got to lock in those profits. That RVYL, not bad right there. And we talked about these. And there's that SOXS, and that's the Bear 3-time semiconductor. Let's see. Why did it look like it was dipping down? Yeah, it looks like it's dipping down. Some of these semiconductors are going nuts. That's oh, it's a Bear. That's why, not the bull. I'm sorry. I was confusing myself. SOXL is the bull. SOXL right there. Soxel, that's the bull. Okay, now that looks better to me. That makes more sense. Sorry about that. NVIDIA is getting set up. Open door, like I said, I don't know. I would let it just kind of hang out. I wouldn't mess with it at the moment. Snapchat pulling back. Pally was running up there. And of course, TSLL and that DNNN, that's that Denson Mines, they're a uranium company. How about Datavault was trying to run back up today? And there's that Rocket Companies. That's not too bad right here. Let's take a better look at Rocket Mortgage. That's going to get set up. It just has a couple days in it. So we'll be watching good old RKT. And let's see what else we see. And there's the Big Bear not looking bad. BBAI. And let's see if there's anything over here that we want to take a look at. GLXG. That ACAN ran today. I did see that thing. And is this that Big Dipper one? CHR? Yeah, there you go. All right, watch for that for the bounce up tomorrow, guys, for Cheer Holding. We were talking about it yesterday. And so keep that on your list there in the morning laptop travel, that's for sure. And let's see what else is going on here. This one's going to be set up too, Ambi. And let me just scroll right through and see. This one was jumping up. That's a RVYL. And let me just see if anything else grabs my attention real quick. And let's just roll into this. Hold on. That's CHR AMBI. Ambipar Emergency Response Waste Management. That had a nice dip, and that's trying to crawl back up. So keep an eye on that. That was trading in what, the fives? And you're at $1 something right now. And it does look like it's trying, and it might just bounce up a little bit more and then pull back and jump around, but definitely one to keep an eye on right there. Let's see if we see anything over here. And let's see what's going on. If I see anything, and I love it. Ms. Magdonia, she posted something pretty funny, and I've seen that before. It says, "You are here at 2025," because I said, be prepared to see a Republican Party for a while. 2025, 2026, and 2027, 2028. Obviously, Trump, and it has J.D. Vance's picture for the next 8 years. And I have a feeling it's going to look exactly like that, Ms. Magdonia. So I can't disagree with that at one bit, because that is a pretty good idea of what you're about to see coming in. And JFK Sky Club, there you go. That's nice. And we're always trying to keep up laptop travel. We were talking about laptop traveling and stuff. But he always keeps up, and he gets into them sky boxes too. I never even thought of Sky Club. He lives like the life of luxury over there while he's traveling around. That's awesome. And let's see if we missed anything. Let's look what's trending over here, because they always have some good things trending. And let's just take a quick look and see what's happening here, guys. And then we'll call it a night, I guess. We did an hour and a half this morning and over 2 hours today. I must be feeling better, huh? Litecoin looking a lot better right there. And that's trending. Updog and Bitcoin, AV, it's all crypto, guys. Reddit still coming down here. Let's see what's happening. RDDT. Oh, look at that dip. Woo, Reddit took a beating today. Oh, I didn't even see that. Netflix taking a beating. And honestly, it's a bunch of crypto that we looked at, so not a whole lot. And DraftKings right here, and I'm surprised that thing's really pulling back. What even happened here? Morgan Stanley says buy into weakness in Flutter, and DraftKings and Kayashi enters parlays. Mario, I can barely even read this thing. And Apple initiated. We were looking at that yesterday. I didn't even know what they were talking about. But anyway, DraftKings pulling back. Generally, don't happen like this during the football season and baseball. And actually, let's just roll right through. It is October baseball. We can actually say it's October baseball now, guys, and it is playoffs. So let's see what's going on in the MLB. I'll give you a quick update real fast, and we'll see what's going on the scores. The Reds and the Dodgers are playing. They're bottom of the fourth, 1 out. Dodgers are up 3-2. So, and they got a guy on first. The Tigers and the Guardians are already over. That was 6-1. The Guardians won that. And that series is tied now 1-1. And the Padres beat the Cubs today, and they tied that series. And the Yankees actually won. They had lost yesterday to the Red Sox, and the Yankees beat the Red Sox. And that series is now tied up 1-1. So there you go, everybody. A little bit of baseball news in our Red October, our October playoffs, we'll say. And we love October baseball. It is so much fun. And there you are, everybody. I would say that's a really fun show this evening. I think we got to everything and a few extra stories. Go ahead and check out that that video if you want that I posted up earlier. We were talking about that. We were talking about all kinds of crazy stuff tonight. So thank you everybody for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. You guys know that. Luis Rodriguez and Laptop Travel. And of course, Michael Anthony hanging out, had all kinds of questions tonight. Michael Anthony is, I think, trying to figure out what crypto is up to here. So, yeah, Michael Anthony, if you have any questions, just hit me up if you want to know. And, I'll steer you in the right direction there. And I did show you the good stocks that have the crypto treasuries for Solana and Ethereum. So, and obviously MicroStrategy's your one for Bitcoin, that one. And of course, ABTC is Trump's family's crypto company. So you're definitely going to want to keep an eye on that one too, Michael Anthony, if you're paying attention there. And DeFi 423D, Deep Soul Diving, hanging out this evening. Of course, Zach and Doge Mama 9, Robin's always hanging out, Zach and everybody else. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for tuning in. And be sure to enjoy your evening. All information presented here is for educational and informational purposes only, not intended as financial advice. And always do your due diligence. I'll make sure I set my alarm right now. I'm going to set 2 of them actually for tomorrow. Since I slept through my alarm today, I don't ever do that. But clearly I needed the rest, and I am feeling way better. So that is good. And here we are. And now we can get back into the Discord and crushing things. The night note was pretty last night, I have to say. Some really good ones there. And yeah, we'll really get back into the trading. I wanted to really get into it last week. I'm telling you, I was just wiped out, and I'm definitely feeling better. I think by the weekend, I should be back to 100%, I would assume. So yeah, we're getting there, but yeah, I did enough shows and I'm feeling good. So we're pretty good to go. Again, usually things don't faze me like that. That had me out, guys. So that was a rough one. I don't want anybody to get what I had, and I don't even know what the hell it was. So hopefully nobody catches that, and everyone stays nice and healthy. So thank you again. Good night, Robin and crew and everybody else. Be sure to enjoy your evening. Hop on at 7 a.m. We'll go through everything. We'll look at the market, see what it's going to do. Government shutdown still going to be happening, and nobody even cares. No one cares about any of it, guys. And that's the moral of the story tonight, guys. Nobody cares. And ask your kids if any of their friends have a weird story like that, a weird phase, because it seems like apparently from my daughter, she was saying that it's very common between girls and boys. So they all do it now. So again, it doesn't even phase. They don't even blink an eye. It doesn't even phase her. She just is like talking about like it is completely normal, I guess, in this day and age. But that's what I was talking about when we grew up. You just didn't see things like that. But again, everybody's completely accepting, and there's never any issues. And you go around life, and do you ever really see like real issues? You see issues when you got people like protesting and jamming things down your throat. It just sparks fury, and no one needs that kind of bad energy, to be honest with you. That's kind of what it is. It's like negative energy. I understand, and we talk about it all the time, and it's perfectly fine. Like I say, I don't care what anyone votes for. I don't even try to sway anyone's votes. And I made it real clear tonight. I'm a registered Democratic voter. I've been that way since I was 18 or whenever you do that thing. And again, I ran into elections as an independent and still never changed the status. So I live in a super Democratic town. What would be the difference if I changed it to anything anyway? It wouldn't even matter. So you can go and vote for whoever you want, regardless of what your party decision is. And again, I usually did side with Democrats' views before, and then it just became this crazy idea and ideology and this whole woke agenda, and it just turned me off completely. I mean, it doesn't turn everybody off, but again, I am just not one that likes that kind of stuff. I don't like it beating into our kids' heads and any of that stuff that goes on. So that's why I speak about it, because it feels like you get kind of like looked down on when you talk about it. And it's like, just because the other side of the party, though, the far left, that group is not very big. They're just super loud, aggressive, and have money. I'm not sitting here posting shit and trying to advertise that everybody should just get along and be normal. They're out there doing that and trying to blow it up and make it in your face. No one else cares, guys. So just remember that. And at the end of the day, just be friendly to everybody. Help others. That's all you need to do. I get along with all my neighbors. I already know. I promise you right now, I know that guy down there is a Republican. All right, so on my street, right, I'm just going to tell you, we probably have 3 Republican houses and about 15 Democratic houses. Yeah, it's probably 15-3 in my neighborhood, guys. And I'm going kind of down the street a little bit just because I know basically everyone that lives on my block. And the guy behind me is definitely a Republican. The Spanish guy I tell you about, he's definitely a Republican, but I didn't go that far. And so, yeah, I'm telling you, we're outnumbered completely. And I don't even care. I could care less. I get along with everybody. We don't talk about any of it. I know they know what my views are. I know what their views are. It's perfectly fine. We probably both think we're both, they probably think I'm crazy, and I'm the first one to admit I am crazy, and I probably think they're crazy too for their views. But again, that's what everyone thinks when it's not your opinion. That's why I tell you, when I sit in this chair, I just put my emotions to the side and just tell you what I see. And obviously, we get into conversations, and I tell you my opinions about certain things. But when it comes to real talk and really knowing what's going on, you can assure, guys, I just stick my emotions to the side and I just tell you what's going to, just like with the shutdown. I told you exactly what was going to happen. People didn't think I don't know what they were thinking. They didn't realize that they were going to give complete control to Trump and have massive rate cuts coming up. It's exactly what he wanted. That's why I kept saying, you don't hear him bitching and complaining and threatening everybody that they better figure out a deal. He's done it every other time, except the last time they shut it down for the wall. And that was his last presidency. So that's the last time that we had a government shutdown. It was during the Trump presidency. So pretty comical right there. But again, this one, I don't think you can blame on the Republicans at all. It's just nonsense what it is. And again, it'll stay shut down. They're going to have to bend at their knees because the Republicans are never going to say, yeah, we're going to put $350 billion in for healthcare for illegal immigrants. It's not happening. So the sooner that they get that through their brains, the faster that they can get they can put out the fire in on their party, because that's what they're doing. They lit themselves on fire and they imploded themselves. And now they're going to have to try to figure it out. And I don't know if they're going to be able to, guys. I mean, they just shot themselves. So again, you got rate cuts coming up. You can already see what's going to happen. We already know it's going to be flying. So there you go, everybody. Enjoyed the evening. I had a fun time on the show this morning, too. That was a lot of fun. Elon has more money than all of them put together. He's the George Soros. You're absolutely right. And he even said he was funding J.D. Vance. He started the American Party. He started a third party himself, funded that, and then said, screw that. I'm backing J.D. Vance for the next election. And yeah, that's not coming for another 3 years, guys. And they already know that Elon's going to be backing him. So yeah, that's a good point there, Luis Rodriguez, because you do have the richest guy going to be backing the guy that's probably going to be walking with it in a landslide at this point. Because again, I just don't know where they're going to get these votes made up. I mean, you had counties that were deep blue states and counties and towns and areas that were coming up red on that map on election night, guys, like they had never, ever, ever, ever seen before. And for a good reason. Everyone's sick of it. But how do you get that back to where it was for the Democratic Party? I don't know. I'm not sure how you do it, because again, their whole idea was, let's bring in as many illegal immigrants and let them be able to vote, and that'll catapult us up with the numbers. Not thinking that you might want to appease to the American people that actually are the people that live here and really make everything work and pay for everything. Nah, don't think about them. Let's appease everybody else except for us, the middle class and the working class and everybody that's busting their ass, paying for the country to operate. So yeah, it's crazy. Why again, we're busting our asses and we have good salaries and we're still struggling to make it. And the Congress, they have the same salary as us, guys, but they're all multimillionaires and they're not struggling at all somehow. They all have these multiple houses. They have summer homes, winter homes, this home, that home. They're multimillionaires. They're investing in everything. How's it work? There you go, guys. You guys think of it. I'll leave you with that this evening, and you guys have a great night, and I'll see you in the morning. Have a good night, everybody, and I'll see you at 7 a.m.